Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. It's 10:14. We're in October 14, 2025. We're in the West, and it's 2:08 out here in the West, in the Pacific Northwest. Beautiful day out on the coast. Sunny weather, people wearing shorts, yada, yada, yada. But we're going to talk about the Easter Conference today. It's going to be part one of the East. And then tomorrow, we'll do the Easter Conference part two. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll talk about the West. I'm just waiting till everybody get in. Shout out to everybody live in the basketball community. This is O-Head. Hey, are we ready for the show? Just waiting on the brothers to come on in, and we'll get this show started. Again, hit the like button. It's free. Yeah, hit the like button. It's free. Sorry, I'm outside getting some of this good weather. 'Cause I know next month it's not going to be like this. It's going to be pouring, pouring, pouring rain. That's all we're going to get is pouring, pouring, pouring rain. But until then, I'm going to enjoy this. There's some teams we are, and this is one thing that I don't get what they do, but I know the game that the media what they play. You know, we got they even do it with football now. They doing this it healthy. Hey, whoever's playing the best ball at the right time, that normally gets on the roll, and it's still no love for the champions. But we'll talk about them when it comes down to it, or in the West, they were the champions, and they still dismissing that. The media is so different now compared to when I was growing up. When you won a championship, they you was talked about. You was talked about. Now they pick and choose what it is. You know, 'cause we know we ain't gonna have no Jason Tatum, Halliburton. We ain't gonna have no Halliburton in the East. Um, who else we don't have? We're gonna go over the rosters and everything like that. The East is is wide open. Giannis still staying loyal to the soil, and this is one thing I don't understand. That this is another thing why the media they pick and choose. You know, because of course if you're in a small market, you know you get dumped on. They always want these players to go to bigger markets, and then when they don't do they bigger markets, and then all of a sudden they can't. Oh, I gotta look at him a different way because he decided to stay out there delivering a championship. Well, you pick and choose who you like. Does Giannis stay loyal? Stay loyal. You know the moves that they made. He said that's going to be. I know people talk about his brothers being in the NBA. We've seen this all different kinds of ways. You know what I mean? Of you know siblings. They say the Hawks supposed to be better allegedly. You know, so we'll see what Trey's going to do. We're gonna go over these rosters in 1 second. I'm just enjoying this time being in the sun. I already got everything set up in the room, so Just spare me about five more, about five, 10 more minutes. Okay, you know the Pacers, they lost TJ McConnell. I'm just thinking of things. I don't know what the Bulls is going to be like at all. I decided to do this basketball thing before. Okay, everybody that knows me on this channel, you know I do college, so I do college games. I can't remember the last NBA game I think I even did, to be honest with you. I gotta go look back in the archives for that. But I know it ain't. I know it's been a while. College games already, and I will be doing a college basketball preview and all that good stuff. I'm almost at the finish line, ready to go. I ain't got my other phone on me either. At all the times I need to have my other phone right now. I don't have it, but I'll be having it in 1 second. Salute to y'all. Just tap on in. We're gonna have a good stream. We're just gonna talk about the East today, like I said, and then we'll talk about the East again tomorrow, and then Thursday and Friday we'll talk about the West. You know, I don't take things personally. I never do. If you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're right, people always, that's how it is. They pick and choose who get that respect. I don't even care about all that. When I'm wrong, I admit when I'm wrong. But when you're right, and a lot of times I have been right about some things, I don't let it bother me. Mm-mm. We're gonna see what the New York Knicks is gonna be about since they got since they fired Tibbs. Shout out to my boy Wilson. Shout out to my boy Underrated Darkness. That's Nick fans. And shout out to the OGs that's out here. That's in my circle. They're Nick fans too. Except one is a Laker. Well, it used to be. Salute. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the West on Friday. We talking about the East today. They, I mentioned that the champion of the NBA don't get no love, no kind of respect. Even when Steph got his got his for, they talk about him for what, a day and a half, and then it went back to, you know what. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't paid off. I ain't got nobody. I don't pay people to say this. I don't pay people, you know, for anything, for rent, just all this little dumb behind stuff people do. I ain't got time for that crap. I just do it the way that I see fit how to do it. Yeah, there might be arguments. Yeah, there might be disagreements. But one thing about the brothers is when they do argue on here, eventually they be talking back to each other again. That's what it's about. Now you on some trolling stuff and everything like that. We don't do that over here. Disrespecting anybody. No, especially legends and that true legends, but of any era. And I'm the type of person I respect every era, but at the same time, I got people telling me that these players are so much bigger, stronger, faster, and and more athletic and better defensively. And I'm just like, okay, again, I got questions that never been answered. That's why I say it's levels to this greatness. It's levels to this greatness. because they saying that you better that these players are. I know people's telling I hear conversations, but I don't entertain that dumb stuff. Saying my Harden is better than Kobe, and it's all what? Nah, it's true levels to this, man. It's like it's levels of beyond on levels, man. But then as soon as you put his resume up, y'all just want to nitpick what you want to hear. Why he don't have? Well, people already know why he don't have anymore. We know that. If we can accept it and we know that, how come y'all can't sit there and be trying to warn you? I've been trying to warn you for a while, but nah, I never know what I'm talking about. I like it like that. That's why I don't sit back. I don't say nothing no more. I hardly ever. Not on streams or people gonna say what they say, but when you want to talk about stuff that you ain't never seen before, oh yeah, I have a problem with that. And I always said this: you could tell these young people to go back and watch film and everything, and they still don't understand it because they still think about the threes and factor in all that stuff. And come on, man, like let's just that's why over here we don't. I don't. Man, I can't talk to nobody that's like that. When one of my favorite things that I always go by when you try to tear down another player to uplift of another player, and especially the other player has a better. Yeah, Kobe messed up twice, but now people talking about that failure was worse than the Mavericks. Man, y'all need to stop, bro. Y'all can never accept anything, and it don't even be about you. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. And why all these players that sitting there popping their Achilles and everything, why y'all ain't? They did it all in low top. Every time I played basketball, I always had high top. And the time that I didn't have it, I sprained my ankle. Never again. High tops. That point on. Period. It's just a fact. So who y'all think is coming out? Who y'all think is y'all? Salute everybody in the chat. Salute who y'all teams in the East, man. We talk about the East today and tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the West on Friday, Thursday, and Friday. Cleveland, are they gonna be able to do something this year? There's questions. There's a lot of questions and we gonna get the answers this year. They got a lot to show me. Like I said last year, I think I did do the playoffs last year. I think I did. I think I did. I don't remember, but I think I did because I was doing. Yeah, I think I was doing I was doing that, and I was doing March Madness. Yeah, yeah. So I was. But my thing is, I have more. I don't know. I probably have more basketball than college on here, but my point is, I don't be jumping to do games all season. I'll wait till the playoffs. I'm still gonna watch it, but we about to go up in here now. Salute to everybody, man. Waiting to everybody come on in. We talking about the Eastern Conference today and tomorrow.
T Price.
All right, all right. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah, I can hear you.
What's good, man? Nothing. We're gonna be talking about the East today and tomorrow, and then Thursday and Friday we'll talk about the West. So it's part one of day one, but of the East.
I'm excited to see what's going to be the sleeper team that's going to come out to replace Indiana and Boston.
Okay. Hold on, I'm getting everything set up right quick. I had everything set up, but I had to restart this thing. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go since we're talking about the East. Well, tonight's games you have Pistons, Cavaliers, Rockets, Pelicans, Thunder, Bucks, um, Nuggets, Bulls. Then you have the Trailblazers and the Warriors. The Trailblazers going to be a little sneaky team too. I think they're going to be good. They bottom of the. But you always got to have a team that it's always to me two teams. Now when we talk about the East, all right, we're gonna go. We just gonna go to the teams, and we're gonna go. We're gonna do the Atlantic. Go to the Atlantic, and we'll talk about. Okay, this is the Rockets. This is the Atlantic Division, and the Celtics roster are Chris Boucher, Jalen Bridges, Jalen Brown, Kendall Brown, Luke Garza, Hugo Gonzalez, Ron Harper Jr., Sam Hauser, R.J. Lewis Jr. That's a good pick. Shout out to R.J. Lewis. He's a good player. Went to St. John's. Played for Rick Pitino. All the Rick Pitino boys always bring something to the table to the league. If you watch college basketball, but anyway, then they got Josh Minot, Wendell Moore Jr., Peyton Pritchard, Nemus Keita, Baylor Scheinman, Max Stolga, Anthony Simons,
Can
Jason
you hear me,
Tatum.
Big T Price?
Yeah, I can hear you. Jason Tatum, Xavier Tillman, Jordan Wash, Derek White, and Amari Williams. And Amari Williams is played at Kentucky last season. So that is the Celtics roster. Um, what you think about the C's? You hear me, Martavian?
Excuse me.
Did you hear what I said? Martavian. Anyway, I'll just go on. Shout out to you, RC Hawkeyes faithful. I know a lot of people change their names all the time, so if I don't know your original name, then I don't know who you are, but you got a wrench, so salute to you. When I'm looking at the Celtics, they ain't gonna have Jalen, they ain't gonna have Jason Tatum. Um, they don't have Porzingis no more. They got Anthony Simons now. Um, they're gonna shoot a lot of threes.
Can
Hold
you hear
on
me
one
now, T
second, I got a
Price?
phone call.
What up, fellas?
What's up, Big Uncle? How you doing?
I'm all right. How you, nephew? How you, T?
I'm sick to my stomach how the damn Washington that last damn turnover led to that
Man,
game.
that fucked me up, bro. And Jaden, I ain't gonna front. Jaden Daniels did enough to win me my fantasy game, but I'm benching his ass next week. He playing the Cowboys, and I got Drake May, and he playing fucking what's the bum nigga's name? The Jets. What up with it though? Hello? Where the fuck did everybody go?
Can you hear me,
What's up?
Bronson?
I can
I'm
hear
here.
you.
Yeah, I had a phone call. That was the home
Oh,
man.
okay.
Yeah. So no, what you was we were just talking about the Celtics. We talk about the Atlantic Division. We're gonna talk about the East today and tomorrow.
Oh, okay. The Atlanta division. That's the shit. The Knicks should win that hands down running away.
Yeah,
I
we
think
just
T. Price.
Go ahead.
I think the Boston's window to win is closed. Now I know that's gonna sound kind of weird, but I think after all the injuries, all the philosophies, I think that window's closed. God bless Tatum. Hope he gets back healthy and has a long, successful career. But I don't think the way they play basketball in the East is conducive to win another championship. Remember, they caught lightning in the bottom 164 games, and they played in a hurt East. I'm not going to say they played in a weak East. They played in a hurt East.
Yeah.
And when the East was full powered, they got exposed. So I don't think that they're gonna catch lightning in the bottle again. I just don't see it.
You know what I think, bro? I actually think after this the year that they're gonna split Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum up. Remember, you got two supermax contracts under one team.
Right.
They both got supermaxes. You feel me? And pretty much with Derek White after that, they pretty much capped out.
Yeah.
So I think this the season where they be like, you know what? Let's get Jaylen out there. Let's get his trade value up. Tatum going anyway. You feel me? Maybe.
I don't think Tatum is leaving.
No, I'm talking about done for the year. I'm saying he's out for the year.
My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. I see.
He out for the year. Let Jaylen Brown go crazy, and then let's trade him. Let's trade him for another good player, not a max contract player, or maybe a young player. Maybe a young player who contract they can control, like who up for a contract. You feel me?
Where do you see him? Where do you see Brown going though? Because it'll be stupid to trade him to Houston. That's where all the talk is. But that probably won't be stupid now that Van Fleet is out.
But if they traded Jaylen Brown to Houston, they got to give up Amen Thomas.
I see that.
I'm telling Boston, I'm telling Houston, don't even call my phone if you ain't talking about AT. You feel me? It's start and end with AT. I would do AT and Jaylen Brown straight up, but we got to make the math work. So
yeah, the numbers work.
Yeah, so y'all gonna have to throw in something extra. But if you want JT and you Houston, we not starting with nothing less than Amen Thomas. Nothing less. I don't want Reed Shepard. I don't want none of that shit.
And now, another thing,
that would be like a reset for Boston, because now you got Amen not on a max contract. Even when he do get a max contract, it ain't gonna be a super max.
right.
It'll be a rookie max, so you can still slide him in with Tatum and Derek White and still get some other pieces. You feel me?
Yeah.
Watch how many good players be playing for like $14, $15 million, that $20 million, all that overpaying players, nephew. That shit is over with.
Especially under this new collective bargain.
CBA, yeah. Under this new CBA, that shit is over with. We got niggas like, you see a guy like Brandon Ingram struggled to get a contract because it seems like you ain't worth. I mean, your numbers say you worth the supermax, but you ain't the franchise cornerstone. So we gonna pass on you. And I got a feeling he gonna go to Toronto, and he gonna go like he's probably. I don't know if I could say a nigga who averaged 23 points could be the most improved player, but I think he gonna put it down. He gonna show people like, yo, listen, I'm here. I've been here. I was just in a fucked up situation.
Right. And if Trae Young don't get at least a 6 seed or higher, I don't want to hear nothing about him. I just don't.
Man, Trae Young mad as a bitch right now. They ain't even offer my boy everything. I think all the top draft picks, except for him and DeAndre Ayton in that draft, got offered an extension. But DeAndre already got offered his extension, if I'm not mistaken. He ended up getting it with Phoenix, didn't he?
I believe so.
I believe so. Yeah, because didn't they trade him to
Sign and trade to Portland.
To Portland, yeah. So he got his bread, and guess what? He get to re-up again this year.
Let me ask you this question. If we're staying out in Atlantic, what do you think the Brooklyn Nets are going to do with all that talent?
Get rid of it till they can find them a superstar. That might be the team that give all their talent to Milwaukee.
You see them giving their talent to Milwaukee and Milwaukee making a push?
Nah, Milwaukee giving up Giannis.
Ooh.
Once you give him up, you got to hit a full reset. Hold on, y'all.
All right. So now we can go over the Brooklyn Nets roster. We're going to stay in the Atlantic Division. They got Trevon Scott, Malachi Smith, Terry Roberts, Zaire Williams, Danny Wolf out of Michigan, Drake Powell, Haywood Highsmith, and they got Igor Deneman out of BYU, EJ Liddell, he went to Ohio State, Tyson Etienne, you got Zen Fambu, Tyrese Martin, Terrence Mann, Michael Porter Jr., Day'Ron Sharp, Carolina, Noah Clowney, Alabama, Jalen Wilson, Jayhawk, Cam Thomas, LSU, Nick Claxton, Georgia, Kobe Buckkin, he went to Michigan first. Then you got Ben Sharif, and then you got Nolan Traore. And the coach of the, the head coach is Jordy Fernandez.
They got a boatload of draft picks, don't they, T. Price?
And the assistant coach is Steve Hessel, Juwan Howard, Jay Hernandez, Judge Gately. What's his? Devidas, Dawkins, Ryan Forehand Kelly, Connor Griffin, Corey Vincent, Travis Batter. You talking about the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah, they got a few draft picks, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, when they started getting rid of all their talent, they was getting all them draft picks in return, right? Because they got a few from Phoenix.
For Kyrie and KD, right? If we
They end up. Yeah, I think they got one. I think they might got one from Minnesota from that D'Angelo Russell trade. I thought they signed and traded D'Angelo to Minnesota.
Yeah, but that's the Brooklyn Nets roster right there. So now we're gonna go to.
They should finish in last place in the East.
Yeah, because I want to see the development of my boy from Kansas, though, Jalen, though. I'm going to have to stop watching him because he's a good
Uh-huh.
player.
I think Nick Claxton gonna be the first person they move to. Some price.
Yeah, because Nick Claxton is a valuable piece in this league, though, because he does what? He blocks shots. He blocks shots and he can rebound. The next is the New York Knicks, and you know they got a new coach and Mike Brown. I know Wills got his. I know Wills and Underrated got they wish getting Tibbs up out of there. But the roster is Tibbs. Is no longer there, but the roster is Jordan Clarkson, Miles
Clarkson. I forgot they got Clarkson.
Miles McBride, Josh Hart. He gonna play good in the Garden. They gonna love him in the Garden.
Who that?
Jordan Clarkson, especially you get hot.
Yeah, he electric.
Then you got Pakame Dadiet, and you got Malcolm Brogdon, OG Anunoby, Kevin McCullough from Kansas, TCU, Kansas, Jalen Brunson, Tyler Kolek, Marquette, Garrison Matthews. Then they got Tassan Ibuwaman. I see you, Vaughn. And then and hold up. And the rest of the Knicks roster is Mitchell Robinson, Miles Bridges, Yabusele from France, Carl Anthony Towns.
They got Miles Bridges too?
No, they ain't say Miles Bridges. I ain't say Miles Bridges.
Oh, you said Miles. I think you meant to say Mikal. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean Mikal Bridges, yeah. It's Mikal Bridges, then it's Sabaway. Then you got Carl Anthony Towns, Matt Ryan, Landry Shamet, Trey Jemison III. He was on the Lakers Summer League team. Then they got Mohamed Diarra, forward. Then they got another one, center, Ariel Huckaporte. And the coach is Mike Brown. Assistant coach is Andy Greer. Chris Jennings, assistant coach, Brendan O'Connor, Mark Bryant, assistant coach, Rick Brunson, Darren Ehrman, TJ Saint, Maurice Cheeks, Ricardo Flores, Dice Yoshimoto, Anthony Gonaga, and Roger Hines is the trainer. And that's the Knicks roster.
Well, I got a hot take. I got a hot take about the Knicks. Unless Carl Anthony Towns actually plays like a big man, that system with Mike Brown is never going to work. He's going to end up getting his ass traded. And I like Brown. I really do. But his systems are already, because, you know, he comes from the San Antonio tree. His system is always a guard-heavy rotation. And that the power forward and center, vice versa, has to play good defense and rebound. So that standing on the 3-point line for Carl Anthony Towns, that shit's gonna be dead in his offense, or it's not gonna work. And I feel some type of way about Mike Brown. I think he got a bad rap in Sacramento. I think they wanted him out because of Fox, and then Fox ended up getting traded too because he was actually doing pretty good, and he was a disciplinary type of coach. We see how that's going to work in New York, but I think in his first season, they might struggle to start the season. They might struggle, and they might be dig themselves such a big hole that they can't dig themselves out of it before playoff time if they even make the playoffs.
Are you talking about New York?
Yeah.
But you got to think about this, bro. Only team I really see is a threat to them in that division, and that's big if they healthy. It's Philly. Other than that, I don't see no other team in that division that should be able to challenge the Knicks, even if they get out the gate slow. Nephew, I don't think it's going to be another team that could challenge them except the healthy Philly team. Orlando
Well,
maybe be able to push them to 6 games. You feel me? And Cleveland, I just don't got no faith in them.
well, we're sleeping on Toronto because they do got Ingram.
Yeah,
And they did play very good towards the end of the season after the trade, and this is a prove-it year for Ingram. I wouldn't be surprised if Ingram come out with the shit,
I
and they
think
get
he
all.
is.
We ain't got to the Raptors, but we're gonna talk about them though. Next is we're gonna talk about the Sixers. Hey Vaughn, you want to add anything to that?
On the Knicks,
Yeah.
I just like the Jordan Clarkson pickup. I think that's a good pickup for them. Them getting
I
Jordan
think so,
Clarkson. Now they got somebody who can actually just shoot the three, and when they need somebody else who can create their own shot, they got somebody to kick it to instead of just letting what's his name force
Brunson
all
going
game.
1-on-1. Yeah.
Yep.
Fact.
Bingo, Vaughn. You said the right thing. Now they have a secondary shot creator.
Yeah. Off the bench, a rotation
Off-
piece too.
Off the rotation piece. He might win 6 man of the year. He might win 6 man
He's
of the
done it
year.
before. He's done it before,
Done
so
it before,
it's not a
right.
surprise. That's why I said I like that pickup. I was just watching the Abu Dhabi games, and I was like, damn, yeah, that's a nice little pickup for the Knicks. I like that.
Shout out to you, Grimlock.
What up, boy? What up, bro?
You know I'm never gonna call you Vaughn unless we talking in private. This
Already.
nigga's Grimlock come with the fire, blowing shit up already.
Yeah, Vaughn be on point about. He damn sure be on point, nephew.
All right, let's go to the 76ers. And I've been said they should have gave the keys to Tyrese Maxey.
Yep.
Then they got Andre Sugar Bear. Can't get enough of them Goldie Chris.
He went back to Philly. I didn't even know that.
Yep. Then they
'Cause
got
he
Quentin
didn't.
Grimes.
Matter of fact, I didn't see him. I didn't notice him playing in the games. I know Embiid and Paul George wasn't playing, so they were sitting. I seen them sitting on the bench. I didn't even notice he was out there.
All right, this is his averages from last year. Maxey averaged 26.3 points, 6.1 assists, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.8 steals per game. Andre Sugar Bear Drummond averaged 7.3 points, 0.9 assists, 7.8 rebounds, and 1 steal per game. Quentin Grimes averaged 14.6, 3 assists, 4.3 rebounds, 1 steal. Kyle Lowry, he averaged 3.9, 2.7 assists, 1.9 rebounds, 0.9 in steals. Paul George in limited games, 16.2 points per game, 4.3 assists per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, and 1.8. APG, I just want you to do more games than you do on your podcast, man. That's all. That's all I ask, man.
Whoa.
My boy Kelly Oubre Jr., he averaged 15.1 points last year, 1.8 assists, 6.1 rebounds per game, and he averaged 1.5 steals per game. I like Justin Edwards. He's another good player. I think he should get more minutes out of Kentucky. He averaged 10 points on 1 points per game, 1.6 assists, 3.4 rebounds, and they got average 1 steal per game. Then they had Trendon Watford out of Louisiana State. He averaged 10.2, 2.6 assists point game, 3.6 rebounds, 0.6 in steals. Jared McCain out of Duke. This is his second season. He was winning the Rookie of the Year early before he got injured. 15.3 points per game, 2.6 assists per game, 2.4 rebounds per game, and 0.7 steals per game. Joel Embiid, this is year 9 for him. 23.8, 4.5 assists, 8.2 rebounds per game, 0.7 steals. I like this pickup that they got. Philly got some good dudes though too, man. Like good college players. They got Johnny Broom from Auburn.
Uh-huh. That's what
Then
I
they
like.
got
Go ahead, my
then
bad.
they got Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon
Well,
still-
I'm gonna
Then they
quote.
got-
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
quote Chronicles of Judah 144 when he said that I believe in Mike Lowry from Bad Boys before I believe in Kyle Lowry. So any team that man is on, I don't believe in him. I have a hard time even believing in Joel Embiid. I don't know. We got to see the way he comes back from injury, but and Podcast P doesn't seem like he's.
Hold on, I'm almost finished with the rosters. Hold on, I'm almost
okay.
finished with the rosters. I'm almost finished. Then they got Dominic Barlow. Then they got Adine Bona, and Bona is what we watched him, Vaughn, out of UCLA.
Oh yeah, the big man. Yeah.
Yeah, good at what? Rebounding and what? Blocking shots. And not only that, what else he can do? Well, since people don't know who he is, he can play multiple positions because they want these players to be.
He can guard. He can guard
and
multiple positions. Yeah, I
and
remember
he-
Bona. Yeah.
Because you play for Nick Cronin at UCLA. He don't play that crap. You got to play defense.
Got to play
But anyway.
defense. Yep.
Then they got Jabari Walker out of Colorado. I like that pickup they got from. Then they got Hunter Silas out of Wake Forest. That's a good pickup. He's a rookie. And then they got VJ Edgecombe, another rookie. Yeah,
That's who I'm
Man,
excited to see for Philly.
man, Philly got a night. Look, I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna get this out the way. And then we're gonna let Martavian finish what he was saying. No, go ahead and finish, Martavian, what you were saying first. I could come back to it.
Podcast P is more interested in his podcast. He already got his money, and now I don't think he's motivated. You can't have a player like that on your team and think that you're going to be successful unless he comes back hungry, playing at a level that I need him to play at that Pacers level, or maybe even that first year OKC level. But he seems like he's way too comfortable. Too comfortable.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick? Oh, go ahead, Ron.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
good. I was just agreeing with Mark Davis. Go ahead, Ron.
I was going to say, honestly, now we all know that's a big if. If just say Joel Embiid come back and play 65 games, but he don't catch no injury, but they rest him and he plays 65 games. You feel me? But he healthy going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think him and Tyrese Maxey enough to knock the East off. You feel me? Like him and Tyrese, fuck Paul George, and then you talking about you got the boy McCain who got a year of experience under him. You feel me?
They got some dudes. They got some
And then
dudes,
you
bro.
got wait.
Probably
Then you
gonna
got
be rookie of the year before he got hurt last year.
right.
Just-
That's what I'm saying. And
yeah.
then you got you got the boy from Broome from Auburn who's a 5-year player. So that means he's ready to play right now.
Right now. Yep.
Right now, he can contribute. And you got that super rookie out of Baylor, VJ Edgecombe. That even listen. That even if Embiid conks out this year, moving forward, Edgecombe and Broome still fit Tyrese Maxey timeline.
Yes.
Now I agree with everything
Hold
you
on.
just said.
You got one more player. My boy out of Wake Forest. They got, you already know. Tell them about him, Vaughn. I just said his name.
Say it.
Hold on. Hold on. My boy Hunter Silas.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about Hunter. But I'm saying all those dudes.
They got some dudes. They got some dudes.
Listen, all those dudes fit Tyrese Maxey timeline.
Exactly.
He ain't but what, 24? 24? Because he only played 1 year at Kentucky, didn't he? Did he play?
Hunter Silas, he's 22.
No, I'm talking about Tyrese Maxey.
What's that?
Yeah.
He
Man,
played
he
1
played-
year at Kentucky, right?
They left us after his freshman year. Yep.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, so he still he fit their timeline.
He's probably like 23. That he's still young, but that was the only point I wanted to make. Philly's
He's 24.
priority should only be the development of Maxey with Edgecombe, Jared McCain, Broom, and I didn't know they had Hunter Silas. I would like to see him get in there too, because Hunter Silas kind of one of them dudes that came out of nowhere. You didn't even know who he was, but as soon as you seen him play, you knew that motherfucker was a problem.
Yes.
But you're not
Shout out-
paying. You're not paying.
Though, man. 'Cause he played for my brother's coach, Steve Forrest. But go ahead, Martavian.
Go ahead.
You're not paying Paul George to sit his ass on the bench. That's a lot of money you're paying up there.
He ain't got to sit down. He ain't got to sit down, but we ain't expecting nothing from him.
You can't take that money back, but if you want to win, you got to the priorities got to change. Paul George and Joel Embiid, if he's still out of shape, cannot be the priority no more.
And guess what?
Guys that you need to look to the future that can actually help you right now.
Then guess what? Trade Paul George, and I'm with everything you're saying. Get him. You got to cut the cancer out in order for that team to heal.
I won't say he's a cancer. I just feel like he should not be the priority. Like him, if he's complaining about not getting 20 points a game, okay, then yeah, get him the fuck out of here, because you don't need to be averaging 20 right now.
Right.
You got paid. You're injury prone at this point in your career, and we got some young guys that can help right now.
and you know what? Another player too, though, Ron
too.
Ton, and you know, and another player too that I told you that I want him to have more playing time.
Who that?
He another Kentucky player, Justin Edwards, the lefty.
Mm.
He a dog. They got a whole bunch of dogs on their team. Get Paul George up out of here, man. Hey, no disrespect, man. This even if Embiid don't, it's still let I said it for a while. Embiid, your time, it's just time for you to roll, B. It's just time. They've been trying to trust the process for a while. Yeah, you with the Kansas, man. I don't care.
Yeah, he's like the physical, his physical talents, just and his skill. He's just been a disappointment, bro.
Yeah,
Paul George is the modern day Antoine Walker. There, I said it.
I can't even say Antoine Walker, bro. That's
I can see that on the as far as his
mental
and maybe like the injuries that happened towards the end of their careers, but yeah.
Antoine Walker was not motivated to do anything besides try to shoot open threes or try to force threes, because he was out of shape. He was thinking about everything else but basketball, and that's why Boston made the decision to invest in Paul Pierce and make Paul Pierce the face of Boston and let Antoine Walker go. And I see history repeating itself, just with a different franchise. Podcast P came over to Philadelphia for the bag, not for the potential of winning a championship. Period.
All right.
The only difference with that, though, Martavian, is the timelines in their careers. Paul Pierce was way older at that point than Antoine Walker was. You know what I'm saying? He was still kind of right there in the middle of his prime. Paul Pierce is, if he decided to retire, I wouldn't be surprised.
And retire to that max contract on. I'll tell you that.
Say it again.
We ain't gonna retire before that max contract.
I don't think he's gonna retire. That's why I said, unfortunately, with the NBA, you can't give that money back. But
right,
you at a certain point, they can do you like Gilbert Arenas. Just go home, nigga. Don't come to the arena. Just don't do no stupid shit. We'll still pay you your check.
Well, John Wall, the John Wall treatment.
Yeah, all that shit. That type
all
of
right,
shit.
we're gonna go to the last team in the Atlantic, and we was talking about them earlier. The Toronto Raptors. They got Chucky Hepburn.
I thought he was about to say Chucky Atkins. I was like, oh.
No, man. Chucky was a beast. You already know because he transferred. Me and Vaughn watched his whole, and Vaughn know about him too.
Yeah,
Watched his whole college career.
I remember when Louisville got him. I was like, Louisville got Chucky Hepburn. What from what Wisconsin? I like Chucky. Chucky can play some defense.
Chucky was a beast, man.
He played hard, bro. That's the thing.
He
He
played,
wasn't the most talented player, but he just played. When you seen him at Wisconsin, you appreciated his effort when he was out there on the court, like the way he played defense. When they needed a play, somehow the ball seemed to always get in his hands, and he would make a play unexpectedly. So yeah, that was my dude when he got to Louisville. I appreciated him for that year he came and revitalized our program, bro. Salute to Chucky Hepburn.
He's a rookie this year. Then they got AJ Lawson out of Canada. He's 3 years. Grady Dick out of Kansas. This is his second season. Then they got Jonathan Mogbo, USA. They got Brandon Ingram. He has his nice season. We already know Brandon went to the Duke Blue Devils. Then they got Scotty Barnes, Florida State. Emmanuel Quickly, Kentucky. Then they got Jared Roden, RJ Barrett. They got Colin Murray Bowles. Oh yeah, I remember him. He the one that date old girl from South Carolina. What's her name, Ronton? What's her name? Corey Klitsch. Yeah, he date Corey Klitsch from South Carolina.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He was dating her the whole time they was in college.
Okay.
Yeah, cause you know. Anyway, then they got Jacoby Walter out of Baylor. He's coming to his second season. Man, they still got Garrett Temple still in the league. Shout out to Garrett Temple, man.
Get that money, Garrett. Get that money.
Garrett Temple, LSU. He's in his 15th season. Shout out to him. Then
get that vet minimum. Get that $2.5 million, Temple.
Then they got Jacob Patel. Then they got out of Australia. Then out of Cameroon, they got Orich Kumchi. And then they got my boy out of Houston, Jamal Shed. He in his second season. Then they got Oliver Sarr out of France. Ochai Abaji out of Kansas. He is in his third season. They got David Rhodey. David Rhodey can play too, man. He went to Colorado. Then they got Sandro. He out of Georgia, out of the country Georgia. I can't pronounce his last name. I ain't even gonna try. This was a nice pickup for them too, though. Vaughn. They got Elijah Martin. They drafted him. They got him.
Yeah.
For the national championship team. He's ready to play now.
Yeah, he's ready to play now. I thought he could have went to the pro after they lost the championship when he was at Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, when he was at Florida Atlantic, I thought he was gonna go pro too, but hey, he just wanted.
He could have went pro after that year. Yeah.
He got that phone call, man. He was just like, man, I'm going to Florida to win a championship.
Yeah.
That's what he ended up doing.
Yeah.
But shout out to him, though. He's a beast, though, bro. He's already and he's a dog. He ain't gonna back down from nobody. Nope.
Yeah, he got heart. He plays hard, and he can create on the court.
Yep. He look like a football player in his own right out there, for real. When you watch him, you think he's
Walter Clayton?
I don't know why. I
Elijah Martin.
I think of DJ Moore from the Bears, bro. He looks just like DJ Moore.
He does look like DJ Moore. Now you think about it. That's crazy.
Toronto got two very good wings with Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
And in this league, that's the type of players you need to make a run. I'm not saying they're gonna win the championship, But I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they make some teams rethink the schedule. That's not going to be an easy win when they come in.
Hey, you know what I really think, Town, now too? Now they got great ring play, right? Who's they gonna be their guards? This is why I think him and Jamal Shed in the backcourt, that's gonna be, cause Grady Dick, he's not known as a defender yet. You know what I mean? We talking about dudes that's already dog mentality on defense and can give it on the other end, can score too. I think that's gonna be a good tandem. Even if you get, that's one thing about Elijah Martin too. He could play point too, and then you can slide. He could.
Can I say one thing right quick before I forget, T. Price?
Go ahead.
Want to give a rest in peace to D'Angelo. Forgot about that.
We was talking about. I was talking to Shop Noyer boy. We was talking about that. I was talking behind the scenes. He didn't even know about it. I was like,
wait, D'Angelo? What D'Angelo? Butt naked ass in the video, D'Angelo?
Yeah, he died today.
Yeah, he died today, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, he died from cancer.
Oh, wow.
He kept it private, like homeboy.
Well, you do know that him and Angie Stone had a child together, and then he kind of fell behind the scenes after she died this year, and I don't believe in coincidences, and I'll leave it at that. But I'm with the mysterious way that Angie Stone left this earth, and then now he leaves this earth, and now both of their catalogs are up for grabs. I don't think coincidences behind that.
Brown sugar, babe. I get high of the love, don't know how to behave.
If I'm right, absolutely. D'Angelo owns his catalog.
Yeah. So his family got to get his proceeds.
Yeah.
If they elected to sell it.
Yeah, unless they elect to sell it. Yeah, I believe he owns his.
And it's crazy because everybody started talking about it, how they realized that they could get their royalties back after like 20 years with the record company.
25, yeah.
Yep.
25 years, yep.
And I think it has
that's
been
if the record company wants to do good business. Sometimes they'll fucking try to cheat you and what's the word, filibuster you until,
Oh, yeah, they're going to still try to get a percentage.
A la Prince, a la Malcolm Jamal Warner.
That's why they hated the boy Tory Lanez. You know what this dude did? This dude threw a concert, right? Sold this motherfucker out on tour.
Yep.
And gave out his tape to everybody who came to the concert. And you know what he did, Martavius? All he did was add the price of the tape into the ticket price.
That was smart.
That was genius. That's why he was giving out free game. That's why they put the boy in shackles, man. He was giving out free game, bro. Yo, when I heard that, I said, that's genius.
When all that NFT stuff started blowing up, and he's pretty much the one who put that shit on the map. I ain't saying he created NFTs, but the way the way he put his business model together is what blew all that whole industry up.
That's a fact.
My biggest thing is the older I get, the more I'm starting to realize how shady the entertainment game really is. Whether it's movies, whether it's pictures. I mean, movies and pictures are the same thing. Whether it's movies, entertainment, or music.
Yeah. Sports.
Hey, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the term "playing for keeps," right?
Yep,
absolutely.
That's just how it is in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest.
Central next after y'all finish talking about this.
That's one of the biggest reasons why Motown dried up so fast, because of that right there.
Yep.
The Motown sound was the biggest thing in music, and then when the Gordy, was it Barry Gordy? I'm not familiar with the names, but when they try to smoke him out, and try to what's that called? Like what the mob do, shake him down for the catalogs. That's when Motown got dried up so quick, and then it just went into the disco era.
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
It was just these other labels You know,
Hey,
stealing his artists because them artists didn't want to leave, but you know he couldn't pay them what these other companies was offering.
and it's crazy because if you just look at the hip hop era, right? If you look at the dudes who was on game and now they somewhere quiet collecting their little pennies off the work that they did, you feel me? You notice them type of dudes got blackballed out the game.
Yeah.
They got blackballed. Anybody who treated this artist fair got blackballed out the game.
Wow.
Like this, no, you're not allowed to treat your artist fair. Like, why do you think that? Why do you think they hated that dude Damon Dash so much?
Oh yeah, they definitely hated Dame Dash
Because Dame knew the game, and Dame was like, "Yo, y'all can do that to them, but y'all not doing that to Rockefeller."
Yeah.
Now we don't want your deal. We want a distribution partnership.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Ronton and Vaughn, because y'all just a little bit older than me. I just want to make sure because I didn't see the movie all the way through, but I heard my uncle, who's a musician, talk about it. Isn't that the premise of Mo Better Blues? What Spike Lee's character was getting shaken down for?
Yeah.
To a certain extent, yeah. Not on that scale, but it was to an extent, yes.
Yep.
On a lower level, I would say mostly on
a street level.
A street, yeah. I was gonna say underground, like if you was if you was in the underground or some shit, yeah, like that shit, yeah. But same thing, yeah.
Wow, it's funny how they put things right in front of your eyes to see as entertainment, but in really actuality, that's what's going on behind the scenes.
Purple Rain was the same way too. I thought you was going to say Purple Rain. Actually,
that's what I thought he was going to say too.
Was the same way. It just they showed you got what we got caught up in is the love story.
Yeah.
Now it's funny you say. It's funny you say that, and I'm gonna throw the ball back to you after I say this. When I was little in Borger, Texas, we used to watch Purple Rain all the time because I had nothing but sisters. So they always, every time on the movie channel, I'm dating myself when I say that, but whenever it came on, that's what my sisters watched. Now, I didn't understand Purple Rain until I got like in my 20s. But yeah, they masked a good story behind a love story.
Yeah. That shit was a life contradiction, wasn't it, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. And to see how Prince's life played out too.
Yep.
That's what really throws me off.
Maybe I'm just like my father, too cold.
Well, maybe I'm just like my mother. Why? Because she's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when Paul George cries.
Okay, now we're going to the Central Division. On that note, we got the Chicago Bulls in the Central.
Go ahead, bro.
And then on the roster, you got Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Javon Carter, Dalen Terry, Nikolai Vucevic. Shout out to my boy Big Worm. Big Worm ain't hollered my boy in the wild. Shout out to my boy Big Worm. I know you ain't happy about them Bears. Ayo, then they got my boy Ayo DeSomo out of Illinois. They got Zach Collins, Kevin Horter, Maltese Bazelis, Julian Phillips, Yuki Kamara, Emmanuel Miller, Noe Esingu out of France, Jalen Smith, Trey Jones, Isaac Okoro, Patrick Williams. Let's just do the name. Lachlan Ulbrich out of Australia. Coaches, I don't know why he's still in the league. Have a job. Billy Donovan, Henry Domercat, Damian Carter, Wes Unseld, John Bryant, Dan Craig, Billy Schmidt, and the trainer is Todd Campbell, the trainer. I don't know what to say about the Bulls. I'm just gonna let Anybody want to talk? I know before Vaughn, I know that's his team. I ain't got nothing to say about. I want to see what the big step in Bazzelli's what he gonna do. But then at the same time, I just don't. Let me get my thing. I take out. I don't know what the Bulls is trying to do, man. Man, we've been
I don't
asking.
either.
I
I don't know. I don't know what their team identity is. I love Bazelis though. I love his talent.
Bazzelli's the beast. Yeah,
and I love his heart. But I don't know what their identity is. Like how they're going to develop those guys because they all can play. That's the thing. They can all play, but do they really gel well together? Can they play well together and well enough to win enough games to get in the playoffs and become a threat?
not a play-in team, but a playoff team.
But a playoff team, not a play-in. I don't care about no play. They play-in team. They ain't going nowhere. I don't care. But yeah, that's all I got to say. That's my squad. So
Yeah.
if I just don't know what they're gonna do, who's gonna be the leader of that team? Because that's the one thing I said even when they had DeRozan and Zach LaVine. Even though those guys are talented, none of those guys have leader personalities. They're not locker room guys. They're not the guys who can rally troops.
Listen, they just lost Keegan Murray. The bonus is out of there. I give him by the trade deadline, and I'm gonna be looking for who's gonna be the Sabonis suitors. But Sabonis out of there. They about to blow that up. I knew they was gonna do that when they got rid of De'Aaron Fox.
We're talking about the Bulls.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just bringing up DeRozan and LaVine.
Wait, didn't DeRozan and LaVine play for Sacramento too?
Yeah, they got traded to Sacramento.
That's why I'm thinking y'all was on Sacramento. I apologize, bro. I apologize.
I only brought them up because when they were playing for the Bulls the whole time they were there, I always said, as talented as those players are, they're not leaders. They're not leaders. They don't do the thing that everybody can look to as an example and say, okay, he's doing that shit, I need to do that shit. So that's my issue with the Bulls is who's going to step up to be the captain of the team and get everybody ass in order.
And I'm looking on this roster. I don't know who is it on this team.
Yeah.
You know, I do like Trey Jones. He's just like his brother. You know what I mean? Good floor general. Don't make mistakes. You know, so I just don't. Yeah, just definitely shoot the three. But then again, it gets back to Billy Donovan. I don't but you know, let's just go to the next team because
I'd say one last thing before you go to next team.
Go ahead.
About the Bulls. This is the same philosophy. The Chicago Bulls, the same philosophy which broke up that second three-peat Bulls. Because they thought they were more smarter than the system, and they have not found any type of lasting success since Derrick Rose was on that franchise. Prime Derrick Rose before the injuries was on that franchise. Yep. This is what happens when the higher ups think they're smarter than the league. This is what you get, and it's sad that the Chicago Bulls, which is a great sports city, a Midwest city, for them to be having these same type of struggles, not only with the Chicago Bulls, because if I'm not mistaken, the same owner owns the White Sox, and they're going through the same thing too. Carry on.
All right, now we're going to go to Cleveland. This is for you. Norchid Amir, that's a good pickup for them. He a dog in college. Shout out to him, man. And I think he's gonna earn his minutes regardless because he just got that kind of mentality. But this is what kills me. They always say there's no talent coming to the NBA. The draft is this and that. Like y'all don't be watching these players like watch these dudes like progression, especially a player like him that stayed 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
They ready to play now. But anyway, let's carry on. Then they got Tristan Unara, Darius Brown, Max Strus, Lonzo Ball, Thomas Bryant, Evan Mobley, Sam Merrill. They got Keelan Haynes, Craig Porter Jr. I like Craig Porter Jr. Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter. They got Jalen Tyson, Larry Nance Jr., Tyrese Proctor out of Duke, Naquan Tomlin, Jared Allen, Dean Wade, Luke Travers, and they got Donovan Mitchell. And the coach is Kenny Atchison. Johnny Bryant is the assistant head coach. Mike Gertrude, assistant coach. Brian Tabali. And then they got Trevor Hendry and Nate Rankin as the last assistant coach. So what y'all think about the Cavs?
I'm gonna tell you what I think about the Cavs, right? And I keep forgetting this fact. I like them a little bit more now because I don't have to see the Darius Garland Donovan Mitchell backcourt. You feel me? I don't have to see that. You had to see that before. By them bringing Lonzo Ball in.
Brian, I'm really sick and tired of you taking my hot takes and making them as your own. You know, because I was about to say the same thing.
I was going to say the same thing too.
that Lonzo Ball signing was probably the most deadliest and silent killing of a signing of the offseason.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
We all agree.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing too, Ron Time. Go ahead and cook, bro.
Right, go ahead. I'm going to go back on mute. But just remember, I'm on your ass for taking my hot takes. You know.
Looked like he fell off, but I was gonna say the same thing, man. The health of Garland and Mobley, as well as Ball, because you know what he's been through as far as his years with the Bulls. But the fact that they got him, he can actually be the natural point guard for that team. They don't,
and he's a true pass first point guard, which a lot of people don't give Lonzo Ball that type of credit. Now, he's been out for about 2 seasons. Okay. Yeah. I would love to see him win comeback player of the year. I would love to see that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Carry on Grimlock. Burn this shit down, Grimlock. Burn it all down, Grimlock.
I'm gonna show mercy, man. Because I actually like the team. I just feel like the health of those 3 guys is going to really depend on how far they go. Because remember what happened at the start of the playoffs, Garland missing games, and then Mobley gets hurt after the first game and he misses games. So it's all about the health. That's a talented team. I believe they're going to win games. There'll be a top 4, top 5 seed in the East.
Hopefully.
But the health of those core guys is going to really depend on how well they do as a team. It's about their health.
And another thing, they're very young. They have a very competent coach. Mm-hmm. He was limited and handcuffed because he tried to rest those players as much as he could down the stretch. But the one thing that you can never predict is when the injury bug is going to bite. So now I think they learned their lesson in trying to shore up those injury weakness positions right now. And I'm not going to lie, I would love to see Cleveland win one while LeBron is still in the league. I would love to see it.
Yep.
I might even go to the parade. But
I forgot you live in Wisconsin, so that ain't nowhere from Cleveland.
Right. Yeah, I would. Look. I'll go back when the pundits were saying that Cleveland would never be successful outside of LeBron James. So watching what they did last year, I was hoping that they would have beat that 66 win season that LeBron's Cavs did. They fell a little bit short, but they were very exciting to watch. They blew out the Lakers in back-to-back games, which I enjoyed every drop of. Kenny Atkinson got a chip on his shoulder because he was fired when the KD and Kyrie Irving came over there to the Brooklyn Nets, and the people was thinking he couldn't coach with talent. And now that he has a S-load of talent, let's see if he can learn from the mistakes of last year. I'm all for it. The one team that I think will give Cleveland problems is Detroit.
Yeah.
We'll get to them. We're gonna get to we're gonna get to them in a second. So my take on them, I think Cleveland's gonna be up there with the Knicks, fighting for the best record. Y'all basically said everything that that Lonzo Ball, man, because Brian Ton already know and Von know we love. Point guard has been taken away out the NBA so clearly, right? Now they want these dudes to be scoring guards, and just because you have the ball in your hand, don't make you and you pass, you have about 7-8 assists, don't make you a point guard. And those are actually really true facts for you. Lonzo Ball is going to help them a whole lot. Now you don't have to see Darius Garland on the island, and you got Mitchell. Now you can put interchangeable. Okay, Garland, you want to be point. Hey, Lonzo, he can guard. That's so much. That's what true point guards. They gonna get better shots too.
And those hockey assists.
And definitely some. I could see alley-oops from him to Mobley or Jared Allen, and even DeAndre Hunter. Even I can see him throwing it. I can see him throwing it into Mitchell. So I think they got a chip on their shoulder, but for me as of right now, I gotta put them up there as a contender right now in the East. It's I say them and the Knicks as of right now, but we're gonna finish the rest of them. But they definitely. I think they're gonna learn, like you said. We're gonna find out did they learn from their mistakes of last year? That is yet to be determined too. Because I've been said this when Kenny Atkinson was over there and the pieces that they had on their team, I felt like KD and Kyrie didn't have to do anything. They had everything that they needed to win the championship. They had a bench. They had some young bulls on there. Everything. Because we remember that. Cause we discussed this so many times.
And you talk about when they first got there, right? See?
Yeah.
When they had Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen. Yeah. I thought that team was deep enough. I thought they could have did it too with Kyrie and KD with that team.
Man, but they had to go do that, and look what they ended up getting: James Harden.
They outsmarted themselves. They were trying to be too cute and outsmarted themselves and broke up the chemistry and synergy of that team, and they never got it back.
Hey, and Kyrie's been open about that lately. He said, I didn't understand that move. He said, I was really not in support of James Harden coming over. He said it just didn't make no sense.
And please let everybody know that Spotty Mitch is on notice.
Yeah.
He's on notice just like Peyton Manning. He's on notice like other star players that have great regular seasons, but then shit their damn trousers in the postseason. Because we've seen this in Utah, and now we're seeing this in Cleveland.
But Vaughn know this, but Vaughn could say this though for sure. Vaughn and Ron trying to know about this though too. Every player that Rick Pitino, that was a dog, right? That was a dog that played for him, right? Did they have good NBA careers?
No.
Some of them did.
Some of them did. Some did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? From Louisville.
I'm talking about who played for Rick Pitino.
Oh, not just that Louisville. Oh, Kentucky. Yeah.
Kentucky. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about that Louisville run. I was about to say it. I don't remember too many of them being.
But he had some dudes. He had some players that should have went to there. They should have went.
Who would have probably been role players into valuable NBA pieces. Because Donovan Mitchell came into college, he was not the player you see today.
Nowhere near.
He was nowhere close to that. I don't care what nobody say. What your perception of Donovan Mitchell is, I don't give a shit. He was nowhere close to that. Rick Pitino turned him into that shit.
Yeah.
Zane is an NBA player because he played for Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino.
I can tell you another player. Who just won a national championship. Rick Pitino had him first. Walter Clayton Jr.
Oh, yep.
Rick Pitino had him. And you know what? We're gonna talk about the West when we get to the West.
Siena. But he
Utah,
was at Siena. Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? And another thing about this one thing, I'm just gonna my little snippet to Utah. Danny Ainge, what the hell you gonna do with all them goddamn draft picks? What the hell you gonna do with that roster you got too?
I don't know, but it looked like you got the real deal in Ace Bailey.
Yep.
We already know Ace Bailey a dog. We've been saying that.
That jump shot looks crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That jump shot is crispy as shit, bro.
Him and his boy gonna be doing nice this year, Dylan Harper. Everybody just think that Cooper Flag gonna win this Rookie of the Year going away. Dude, they got this. I'm telling y'all, man, this class exploded.
Yeah, I will right now, just from seeing how they look in preseason. I'll give Cooper Flag the head start right now. Him, Dylan Harper, and then Ace Bailey in that order. So
I agree with that. I know to my homeboy be at. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Dylan Harper is looking pretty nice too.
Dylan.
He's looking real comfortable out there.
Now we're gonna talk about Detroit basketball. Shout out to all the homies. My boy just hit me up, say he at work, listen to the stream, man. Hey man, you still out there, man, in Cornflake City land, man. Shout out to my boy out there in Battle Creek, man. Salute to him, man. Yeah, man, I've been doing this stream for about I finally did it, man. Shout out to the homie, man. Hey, man, shout out to everybody in Battle Creek, man, because I ain't too far from Kalamazoo, right down the road from Kazoo. You know, like I told y'all, I've been everywhere, man. Shout out to the homies from Murder Mitten, Dayton family, all that, man. Shout out to everybody in Grand Rapids, Jackson, all that, man. Even Saginaw, man. I even was in Saganassie, Benton Harbor. Shout out to all the homies out there in Benton Harbor, though, too, man. If I miss you, it's not on purpose. But anyway, we already know what Detroit did last year. They tasted the playoffs. They had a healthy Cade Cunningham, and they got some dogs on their team. They did lose some players, but this is their roster. They got Darson Garcia as a forward. He's a rookie. They got Bryce Williams. He's also a rookie. And Bryce Williams, anybody don't know who Bryce Williams is? Look him up because he is a bucket. If you didn't know watch college basketball, then you don't know who he is. All right, but anyway, certified bucket. He's going to help out this team a whole. He fits in to their DNA, and he likes to play defense. And shout out to the NBA teams that actually do draft players that fits their system, that really has a system. All right, then they got my boy Jalen Duren out of Memphis. He's going to his third season. They got Kobe Jones. He's a good player. We're going to see his little development. He's in his second season. Then they got Cade Cunningham. He's in his fourth season this season. Then they got Rollin Holland the second. This is going to his second season. He helped them out at the end, played good minutes. Then they got Paul Reed. Shout out to the boy that loves the Sixers, though, too, man. You should love Paul Reed. I forget his name, man. Ticket, man. He used to be on the streams with Ticket, man. He used to talk about Paul Reed all the time.
Paul?
Yeah. Paul Reed. Then they got Karis LeVert. Javonte Green, Usher Thompson, Tobias Harris, J. Cole lookalike. Then they got Chaz Lanier. That's a Ron Con, a Vaughn. That's a steal right there in the draft. You got Chaz Lanier from Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
He fits exactly when Cade penetrate. Because look, now I see why they let Tim Hardaway Jr. go. And then they still got Marcus Sasser. And you know my boy's coming back this year, Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey, that's who I'm excited to see. I would
Me
love
too.
to see how they looked in the playoffs with him last year.
Then they got old boy that played for Rick Pitino too, Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah.
He's gonna help them out too. Good point guard, can score, and he know what to do. Play defense. That's why I like Rick Pitino players when they do play in the league. If they can't do anything else, they're gonna give out that heart and they're gonna play defense.
Yep.
I love Rick Pitino players like that. Then they got Isaiah Stewart. Then they got Bobby Kentman, Solo Smith, and they got Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Neutron lookalike. Then they got JB Bickerstaff is the head coach. Jared Jack is the assistant coach. Fred Vincent is the assistant coach. Luke Walton is the assistant coach. Steve Scalise is the assistant coach. Vitaly Potekapo, he used to be a basketball player. Another former player that's an assistant coach. Jerome Allen, Kevin Burleson, and Sidney Lowe is still, man, Sidney Lowe still coaching in the league, bro. Shout out to Sidney Lowe, man. Greg Smith, John Estes, OG for real. Alex Garland is the trainer, and Jordan Saborin is the strength and conditioning coach. All right, so what y'all got about Detroit basketball?
Everybody was talking about timelines. I definitely see their timeline where they're going to go deep in the playoffs this year, if not to the finals. Barring injury, we always got to say barring injury. They play very complete. They're very deep. And as much as I hate to say it because Detroit, they're very exciting to watch. So with that being said, I do think that they might be this year might be Detroit's last year's Cleveland type team. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, their health. That's why I said last year I would have loved to see what Detroit would have looked like with Jaden Ivey. I know I messed with I messed with the boy Wilkes, telling him that his Knicks was going to lose to Detroit in the first round, and Detroit gave them a run for their money anyway.
Sure did. Shout out to Wilkes, man. He hit me up behind the scenes, man. Now I know what your real number is, nigga. Shout out to my boy, man.
Where's your hand, nigga?
Man, I told that nigga you need to come out with the Raise Your Hand t-shirts and put everybody on that bitch. If you ain't part of the LBC family, man, you can't get your own shirt, man. You gotta be part of the squad, man. For real. Hey, you already know what Will's famous saying is, tell your girl to make me a sandwich. I gotta be weak with that.
Make me a sandwich, nigga.
I gotta be weak when you say
Turkey and
that,
cheese,
girl.
nigga.
With some orange juice squeeze on the side.
I said, yo, this nigga Will is diabolical. I said, Wilkes is diabolical.
I remember they used to talk all that stuff about Wills. That's how I got cool with Wills. And everyone of them young dudes were like, man, the Knicks says this. When they made this, like, that's just a one-trick pony, man. And look, they've been doing that, had more success. And them dudes, you know how they are, they missing in action. Or they go to other platforms, you know, bringing out nonsense. Well, I think the Pistons I think they're going to be nice this year, though, man, because when you taste the playoffs for the first time and Cade's fully healthy, like you said, you know, I don't I don't predict teams all health, man. I just see how it is, man. I know everybody do this if healthy stuff because that's what everybody do. You know, when they talk this game and stuff with me, I think the Pistons should be at the top. They should be one of the top 4 teams in the East, top 6, I should say
I
for
see
sure.
top 3. I see them as like a top 3 seed with them.
Yeah, 'cause especially how the East is looking right now. But
Yeah.
we almost finished though with the what you got, Ron, time about Detroit before we go to the next team in the division.
If Asur can take that leap like his brother did, and if you remember, it was Asur who was the more skilled one. They said,
Yeah,
you feel me? They said he was the more refined one. Now I don't know
yeah,
if it's because of lack of opportunity, because he got to let dudes eat with Cade and Jake Ivy and
right.
Jalen Durnan, so he might just be like, nah, I'm gonna just do this. But if he have one of those, man, I'm off the porch summers, it's gonna get spooky in D-Town, bro. They got the wings, they got the guards, and them dudes are young and athletic, bro. Jay Knight at 6'4", 6'5", athletic. Jalen Durham, 6'10", athletic. Asur, 6'8", athletic. If he feel like coming off the porch, it's gonna be a problem in D-Town.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what's his name? Asar Thompson.
Yeah.
Thompson. Yeah. They both are the same. He's just the more aggressive offensively. Like you give him the ball, he's gonna attack. Where Amen is more of a playmaker, facilitator type guy mentality.
Right. And that's why I said if he decide he want to go in the attack mode,
Yeah.
and he say, man, I'm going to get me 15 a game this year, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a problem.
I'll get you 18, young buck. Shit.
Mhm.
Man, like he don't have
He got the skill set to do it. Shit. He got the skill set. I remember seeing them at Overtime Elite, boy, and I was like, man, them boys can play. I like them. And they won the championship. The little championship.
Yo. Now we're gonna go to the Indiana Pacers and they roster this year.
Don't sleep on the Pacers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Halliburton, Tyrese Halliburton's out for the year. He's in his 5th season. I see you, Ron Chan. Then we have Benedict Mathurin, who I say need to get some more playing time, but he's playing his 6-man role. But he could have started from the beginning. But I think this year now he's gonna have to start. Don't you think now?
Yeah.
With Andrew Nembhard?
Yeah. I mean, did you see what he did the other day? Put
Yeah.
up 31.
Man, that dude. I
They-
mean,
that's why I
I've
said
been
don't-
advocating.
That's why I said don't sleep on it. I know they hurt. I don't think they're gonna be like. I think they can get to the semifinals of the East. If it just depends on how things fall out. I don't think they're getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I'm just saying they're still gonna scare the shit out you.
But wait a minute, but Mathurin, he more of a 2, right?
Yeah,
2, 3, yeah.
Nesmith is more of the point, right?
Nembhard's a point.
Nembhard probably will play
Yeah.
the point, yeah.
He
Nembhard
don't have to play the point. He gonna have to play the point because
But-
McConnell's out for the season.
agree.
That's why they got Cameron Payne. Then they got
what's his-
Taylor Peter,
he can
Obi
handle the top two.
Toppin.
So what they gonna have Naismith playing?
That's who we're talking about, Naismith.
Neesmith.
That's the Naismith, not Nembhard, Naismith. Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
Vanderbilt. Then they got
Yes.
Jarris Walker. They got our boy, man, from Marquette. Vaughn, Cam Jones.
Oh,
He a
yeah,
rookie.
yeah.
They got Cam Jones. They got RJ. They got Ray J. Dennis. Excuse me, and they got James Wiseman, Johnny Furphy out of Kansas. His
His
I know
game is getting better.
This Wiseman
Yes.
last shot because I mean Miles Turner gone, so they looking for a big. You feel me?
Yep.
And he was hurt last year too, so he's gonna have a chance to prove himself. Then they got Tony Bradley, Jalen Slauson out of last team he played for was Orlando. Isaiah Jackson, Aaron Neesmith, Ben Shepherd, Quentin Jackson, Jay Huff, Gabe McLaughlin, and Pascal. You got Rick Carlisle, Lloyd Pierce, Mike Winard, Jim Bolin, Jenny Bokic, Gennaro Pargo. Shout out Gennaro Pargo. I used to like Pargo when he was at Gonzaga. Maurice Baker, Isaiah Jacob is assistant coach for player development, just like Maurice Baker. Josh Corbell is the trainer, and Carl Eaton is the assistant trainer. So I'm not. That's why I like teams that's really take preseason seriously. You know what I mean? Because this era they don't take preseason games seriously. You could tell the teams that that are, but I'm not leaving Indiana out for dead either, because if we look at their roster, I just read the roster. They still got Pascal. They still got some dudes they still got Neesmith. They still got some dudes, and Bennett Mathurin could be in a better role this year though too, coming off the bench. Johnny Furphy, you seen his development, and Obi Toppin, he's gonna have a chance to shine too. So they still got very key pieces to me on their team for them to discount. I'm not discounting them either. That's what I'm saying.
Because even though what's his name is hurt, they haven't lost nothing defensively.
But but hold on, I got to push back on that. It ain't just Halliburton. Yeah, I forgot they lost Miles Turner too. That when you lose two of your three best players, your team gonna take a step back.
I forgot about Miles Turner being gone, but I don't think they're gonna suck like everybody think they're gonna suck.
I don't think they're gonna be a bad team. They're probably gonna be like a 4 to 6 seed.
I got them winning 38 games this year, if that. That's gonna hurt. They general gone and they defensive anchor gone, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. And they ain't really replacing with Bio. It ain't like they got traded for another two good players. Miles Turner left, and we all know, shout out to Holly, he popped his Achilles. So that's just taking two good players from them. And I know we say the next man up, but goddamn, that you better have the next two man up.
I agree with Bonzon. It's not just the players; it's the production that they bring.
Yeah, it's like
what the key to
their
we
said the East is open still, so that's what I'm saying.
Was the defense of Nembhard, Naismith, and Mathurin disrupting your guard play? That's why I feel like they're still going to be a team that makes you come with your best every night when you play them, because you can't just not say, oh, they ain't got
shout out to Chess Ready.
So they're not going to be a threat. They're not going to come play hard. They still got their key defensive pieces. I know Miles Turner is a shot blocker, but he wasn't the leader of their defense. The leader of their defense was Naismith.
I get it, and I'll get this much of your assessment. I agree with Von. They're gonna be one of them teams that beat a lot of top teams because they're gonna get caught sleeping. You feel me? Out of that 38 wins, they might beat every top team in the NBA in that 38 wins. You feel me?
I'm giving them 44 wins. That's my prediction. I'm giving Indiana 44 wins.
Let me see. Do I like Chicago better than them?
No.
Chicago ain't got no leadership. I can't see that. That's my team, and I know them better than anybody. They got talent. They don't have no leadership on that team.
I'm just trying to think of all the teams like they probably gonna be grouped within the East. Like, because I think Atlanta take a step forward with adding Porzingis. I think they actually take a step forward. Plus Trey playing for a contract.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's go to the last. As you think about it, we're gonna go to the last team in this division, and then we're gonna do the last division tomorrow. But then after this, we could just open it up because I got stuff I got to do. But y'all can still cook and everything like that, though, too. You know what I'm saying? So, and the last team in this division is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Hated it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the roster, they got Jericho Sims, Miles Turner, Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Portis, Gary Harris, Torian Prince, Ryan Hollins, Amir Coffey, Kyle Kuzma, and they got Mark Sears out of Alabama. They got AJ Green, Tyler Smith, Chris Livingston, Giannis, Pete Nance. Then they got Thanos Antetokounmpo. Then they got Andre Jackson Jr. And they got Cole Anthony. And the coaches is Doc Rivers, David Jorge, Ben Baker, Rex Kalaman, Darvin Ham, Greg Buckner. Shout out to Greg Buckner, too. Another OG.
Bro, that's my homie right there. Played against him in high school.
Jason Love, Pete Dominguez, Spencer Rivers, Jarek Hiram, and Scott Frost is the trainer for the Bucks. What y'all think about the Bucks?
Trash.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they got Miles Turner, but who are their guards? Who are their wings? Like
Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, but he didn't look good last year with them.
He did it.
Especially in the playoffs. He did not look good.
And think about it. You got Giannis thinking about leaving. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's not going to be a solid rock. Now, if Giannis was locked in, like, yo, we going to rock until we figure it out, I'll be like, you know what? Giannis probably going to have an MVP year and finish like 4th or 5th in the East. Because he's just that good. You feel me? And the East
they play OKC tonight too. In the
East is kind of down with all the injuries. Ain't no kind of down. They are down. So when you got a player of that magnitude, you should be able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I said my issue with them is their guard and wing play. Just like last year, they didn't like what's his name, Damian Lillard. The injuries are catching up with him. So they caught up with him last year. He didn't look like anything we are used to seeing Damian Lillard. Even half of that shit. He looked like 1/4.
Hey, I ain't gonna front that move from Portland. Like it's funny because Dame has an uncle that lives in Rochester. It's like not a play uncle, like his mom brother. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Works a strong hospital. I worked with him for 5 years. And I'm telling you, he told me out his own mouth, that move from Portland to Milwaukee fucked Dame up. And I was just like, man, all he had to do was play well. He like, nah. He said it was the timing of it. He said Dame's wife had just left him.
Mm.
He was going through a separation. At that first year in Milwaukee, that's why they said, yo, and I said, damn. I said, these announcers be knowing shit because they were saying, oh, Dame really never found his comfort level, a lot of outside stuff. And I'm like, they was talking about that stuff him and his wife was going through. Now, I don't know if they reconciled and, you know what I mean, figured it out or they continue with the separation. But I heard that from his own people's mouth, like his uncle, like his mom brother.
Yeah. I mean it.
And I said I could see him. I said and then he was saying how he was away from the kids and they was going through the separation. He was way in Milwaukee. They up there in Portland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like, yo, nephew was going through it. And I was like, yeah, you could tell what the play on the court. You feel me? Because like you said, that was not the Dame we were used to seeing.
Yeah. Not even, like I said, not even having. Then, like I said, he had the injury.
Yeah. On top of that,
it was the calf that turned into an Achilles, just like everybody else who has a calf injury. Especially if you
was it because he wore low tops?
All the players wear low tops.
I don't know what it is. I just think like the load management thing is what does this to these players.
That's a fact.
They have to play so their body can stay used to the rigors of playing 80-something games. You gotta play. You can't just load manage and think, oh, because I'm resting. No, once you let your body rest and you get lazy, your body gonna get used to that shit.
And then when you actually perform in peak performance is
like
gonna let you down. You
might think your mind might tell you, yeah, we good, but your legs aren't because you've been load managing. You have to play. You got to get out there and play. I remember, spraining my ankle. Was at practice the next day, playing, hurting like a motherfucker. But
yeah, you got to get used to that tolerance. Yeah,
I'm trying to stay in shape.
Man, sprained ankles, I couldn't stand them things, boy. But one thing that them players used to tell me, anybody told me, Dan, you better play through it. Let that thing get stiff, boy, you ain't gonna be no good the next day.
Hey, let me give you an analogy. Like I know, like a reference to these low top sneakers, right? Can't be the sneakers because you got athletes that will like move at a way faster pace, stop, go, cut back, jump, everything more than an NBA player. And you never seen a soccer player with high top cleats, bro.
Nope.
You have never seen a soccer player with high top cleats. Maybe a goalie. Maybe. But them forwards and them strikers and all them boys will be up there, center fielders will be moving, running. That what they say, soccer game is equivalent to one of them running about 8 miles.
Yeah.
They run about 8 miles a game. All that stopping and cutting and juking and like all that footwork, and you don't see them with the calf, Achilles tears and all that and they wear nothing but low top cleats.
Because it's constant action. Soccer is nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop is like like when a referee has to call a penalty or a player gets hurt. That's the only time a soccer game stops or a goal is scored.
It's crazy. They'll stop the game, right? Like they'll call a penalty. You ever seen it? They'll call a penalty, and they call a penalty, and them motherfuckers start running again. They just start They just start running. The people on the field, dude, go to the sideline, kick that bitch in, throw it in or whatever.
Yep.
But it's way more activity in soccer than it is in a basketball game, and it's longer.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, like, for them to wear low top cleats and you don't hear like the big time soccer players. I never heard of Ronaldo with a ACL or Achilles or Messi or you know what I mean. Like none of these great players, you've never seen them with those type of injuries. And I'm not saying that they don't get injured. You feel me? But I'm just saying you don't see them significant type of tears and joint tears and all that. That's that bullshit. I agree with LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball said my boys trained with me and ran them hills. He said they never had an injury. He said we got to the NBA, they made them stop running hills, and guess what? Every last one of them niggas been hurt.
Yeah, and then we already know they don't practice in the NBA.
LeVar pointed that out too. He's like, man, they ran hills every day after practice.
Yeah. So that's the issue with the injuries is because the load management has made them lazy. It affects the body when you do that.
I mean, like you see how they're trying to push for load management now. The NBA might be with that just to have a better control on these dudes. We get these dudes injured, then we definitely control their contract and money.
That's why when I said when they came up with that awards thing, like how many games you got to play, I said y'all should have made it 72 games instead of 65. 65 is not enough. It should be 72 games. It's not gonna
70 at the bare minimum.
Huh?
70 at the bare minimum. Bitch,
70, yeah, but 72, you get 10
yeah.
games. That's you know how when you get a job and they give you so many off days,
Yep.
like 10 off days, you know what I'm saying? A season, that should be the same thing. You get 10
You can miss
games off.
basically, yep. You can basically miss 2 games a month.
Yeah. Yeah, you get 10
You gotta
games
play.
off. If
You
it
gotta
ain't,
play.
if it
Yep.
ain't an actual verified confirmed injury,
Right.
get 10
You gotta
days
play.
off. That's it.
Right. You gotta play 13 out of every 15 games.
Right.
But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. But y'all can still cook though, bro. You know, we'll talk about the rest of the East. Y'all could I'll leave it open till 6:00 my time. So anybody hey y'all. All right, hey, y'all hit the like button, like, share, subscribe, man. You want to donate to the podcast? I did pin it in the chat. We will talk about the rest of the East tomorrow. We did do the first 2 divisions, and we'll still talk about the East on Thursday and Friday. We'll be talking about the West.
Yeah.
And I will be doing the college basketball. I will be doing once it's time. I will be doing I will be doing the preview of college basketball too. You know what I mean? So I might do a game here and there. Like I said, I'm on this mission right now. So, you know, yeah. But y'all hold it down, man. Y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Yeah, y'all got it from here, man. Like I said, if anybody need to get in or anything like that, just call my phone. So somebody text my phone and I'll put them in. Cause I ain't gonna be around the laptop.
Okay. But
All right.
yeah, like I agree. That low management messing them up, man. That's like I'm sitting back saying, yo, they didn't even have the medical technology that they got nowadays. And back in the day, players was playing 75 plus games, man. Which I think they weren't getting the same injuries that y'all was getting. Rolled ankles, hamstrings. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely say that. 2 games a month is the most you can miss to qualify for these awards. If you ain't absolutely hurt. Injured. I ain't even gonna say hurt because players used to play through being hurt, nigga. They get tired. You can't play if you injured. Word, that's crazy, man. He's definitely up for grabs, though. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. What y'all thinking, man? Goddamn Bill sold ass last night. Here. What y'all feel about that NFL week we just had, man?
And that's where I segue. Thank you for segueing me, Big Ron Time.
Yes, sir.
This is turning out to be one of the most exciting parts of the season. Usually, you know what team is going to be what going into Halloween, and then as you get closer to those Thanksgiving Day games, I'm not sold on Philly They got too many damn internal problems. The Giants look like they've turned the damn corner in their franchise. The Carolina Panthers, after saying that their quarterback was a bust last year and they need to get out from under him, it's funny how what happens when you get a coach in a good run game, what that quarterback looks like. Dallas can't hold a lead to save their damn life. I don't give a damn if they do score 30 at the game. They're giving up 31 a game. The Commanders shit their own pants because they had a chance to be right up there with Philadelphia at 4-2, but turnovers got them, and they let Caleb Williams come in there and take their damn lunch money on a walk-off field goal. The Buffalo Bills, who everybody was saying since the Ravens went down and Lamar Jackson, they should be walking away from the damn field. And after back-to-back losses to the Patriots, the young Patriots, and a reminiscent type offense that reminds me of the 04-05 Atlanta Falcons featuring Michael Vick type of gameplay, they walked into a damn buzzsaw yesterday, and now they're 4-2 tied with the Patriots. The Jets hasn't won a game. The Steelers look very underrated, and we're going to see exactly who they are this Thursday when they have to go up to Cincinnati and face Joe Flacco with all those weapons a week into this new offense. Let me see. Green Bay looked okay, but shaky coming off that 40-40 tie with Dallas. I think their defense is a little bit overrated now that Parsons got there. Detroit went to Kansas City and got their ass beat.
Handed to them.
And I did not think that Kansas City had smash mouth football in them. I didn't think they had it. And they took it to – they are only, 5 teams since 1990 that's played a game with 0 penalties and 0 turnovers. So they played a perfect game.
That's an amazing stat. Those are the type of stats you want to see as a head coach, man.
Yeah, that's the type of, you tell them that I'll see you Wednesday.
That's a fact. 0 penalties and 0 turnovers. Yeah, what we talking about?
And another thing, that Denver Broncos defense is on a historic Ravens Buccaneers type of tear. And nobody's talking about it. They're getting ready to break the sack record if they stay on pace.
They're going to annihilate the sack record.
They got cover corners, cover over the top, and any team that think they're going to throw on you, you're looking at a long ass night. That's why I don't understand what the hell the Jets were thinking throwing on this secondary.
They weren't going to be able to run, man, and we ain't even got our best linebacker out there. We still need Dre Greenlaw. Like, that's going to get spooky, because he ain't going to do nothing but help enforce that run. Like, it's going to get spooky for him. It's going to get spooky for the league, and it's a good possibility, bro, that we might have back-to-back DPOYs, bro. Patrick Surtain won it last year, and Bonita, he well on his way. If he's playing at this pace, they already say he's the front runner for DPOY. You feel me?
That's making that Christmas game that stream. I'm already nervous because I don't think they haven't even played yet, and I don't think Patrick's going to be able to get that shit off on this type of a defense. It's going to be the way things are looking right now. It's going to be a defensive slugfest, and whoever makes the most mistakes is going to lose that game.
Well, hopefully we'll have our guys. Get your butt down. Hopefully we'll have our guard back by then, because Chris Jones is going to have a field day if we play with that backup guard we played with yesterday. Or Sunday, rather. Chris Jones is going to have a field day. You feel me?
I'm not sold on the Chargers because they let Miami get off on them, and if it wasn't for that field goal at the buzzer, they will be in second place behind Denver. I'm not sold on Herbert. I'm not sold on their offensive line. I'm not sold on their offensive philosophy. They have been getting away with murder. So what? They got a 4-2 record, but they really haven't played anybody. They played the Chiefs the first game, and yeah, they won. It wasn't even. It was on a neutral field, if my memory serves me right. but they have not played a good team on their or in their house yet. The refs won that game against the Broncos. We can all agree on that. That was like some Ted Donaghy type shit. But I'm looking forward to them bringing their ass up to Colorado and see if they can do that shit again. Because I don't think they will. I liked Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh as a player. I never liked him as a goddamn coach. Never liked him. He's like Pete Carroll. He wants to go where the talent is, so when you start winning, you get all the credit.
Yeah.
He's never the type of coach that's going to build it from the ground up. And I think if the Ravens don't win a couple of games, I think John Harbaugh is out of there, and they go punt on the rest of the season. If they go 1-7, Harbaugh is out of there.
Now it's like, who do you replace him with?
Well, you bring in an interim coach, and
It has to be a coach that agree with the Lamar Jackson plan. It has to be a coach.
I know this is going to sound weird, but hear me out. I will go get Mike McCarthy, and I will go get Rex Ryan as your defensive coordinator.
I would definitely bring Rex in on defense.
He went and got Mike McCarthy.
Say that again?
Tennessee just got Mike McCarthy.
Well, say what?
Yeah.
Well, that scratches that.
Yeah.
But
wait,
I agree.
They got him as an offensive coordinator?
Huh?
They got him as an offensive coordinator or something?
Well, he was the assistant coach, and I think I forgot what part of the offense he was coaching.
Okay.
But they just promoted him to head coach because they fired
Callahan.
Callahan, yeah.
And it wasn't Callahan's fault, and I'm gonna tell you why.
No, yeah.
They sent all the talent somewhere else. Mm-hmm. You had a good coach that you let walk because of philosophy differences, and now that coach is 4-2, and you're 1-5, and you should be 0-6 if the running back for Arizona scores that goddamn touchdown.
Yep.
I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. I don't. Not yet. He's a great story, but he's also a front runner. So I want to see the rest of these matchups before I start saying Baker Mayfield and singing his praises. Another hot take is Cleveland's offensive line is ass. So it doesn't matter who they throw behind their quarterback. They can't protect them. None of them.
That's why I say, just be patient, Shador. Don't rush into that shit.
Right, because what good does it do to rush him out there to see what he has, and their offensive line turns him into what's that? Not Derek Carr, but what was the first brother's name up in Houston?
David Carr.
David Carr. Sit back, relax, let that offensive line get fixed or whatever. If they want to throw him in at the end of the season to see what he got, yeah. But that offensive line is giving up a sack percentage damn near over 63%. So that means 2 out of 3 dropbacks, you got the damn defensive line in your backfield with you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I do agree, John. I think John Harbaugh's time is up. I felt like the last couple of years his style has become stale. His coaching style, their playing style has become stale. And the coach I would replace him with is Mike McDaniel from Miami.
I don't like him.
Ooh, I would say him be the offensive coordinator, but not a coach.
Yeah, they need a head coach who can call offense and just get you a defensive coordinator that just focuses on running the defense.
Well, if that's what the first thing they're going to have to do, they're going to have to get rid of Derrick Henry because they're going to have to put that money on the defensive side of the ball.
They've already done it. It's just the scheme. They already got the defensive players. I just don't like their scheme.
They
That's why I say go get Rex Ryan back. He said with the pieces that they got, he can scheme up a better defensive philosophy than what they're doing. You know what I noticed that they're doing a lot of?
I wouldn't mind him as a defensive coordinator, not a head coach. I don't want him that he's not a good.
No. Head coach, absolutely not.
Nah, this coordinator.
Yeah, this is the same dude that drafted Mark Sanchez over a whole bunch of other better quarterbacks. If that's one thing that the Ryan family has in them is defense. So you can't question that. Even Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan. What's the twin brother name?
Rob
Ryan. Yeah, even he still is a great defensive mind. They come from the Buddy Ryan tree. The thing that I don't know. That's a hot take, Rimlock. I respect it, but that's damn near a hellified hot take.
To me, Baltimore. It's time if Baltimore wants to win a Super Bowl, y'all, because we're seeing how much Lamar Jackson means to them. Y'all need to start investing in offense. Don't just go get a running back and think that's enough. Don't go get a used to be top 10 receiver and think that's enough. You need to start investing in offense. You got the defense already. You got defensive pieces. You just need a better coaching scheme for them, and then start investing in on your offensive side of the football.
They better get rid of
wide receiver.
Like they need more possession receivers, not speedy receivers.
Not a scheme receiver. Yeah, not a slot receiver. Don't get a slot receiver in the first round. Go get you a true number one receiver.
Which that kid hasn't had. What I was telling somebody, I said he's never had an elite receiver, yo. I said if he could throw for 4,100 yards with a bunch of couple has-beens and never will be, I like to see him with a elite receiver, somebody who's gonna go make plays. Lamar always got to make the play, whether he make it with the legs and get you open on a back route or whatever, but let him have a wide receiver who can go make a play for him.
Another thing is, I noticed y'all know I didn't bring up the LA Rams because fuck them, but I don't believe in them either. And now with the Puka Nacua injury, we're going to see what Matthew Stafford really is. Now, if it wasn't for the fucked up 4th and goal calls and going for it without kicking the field goals, that game in Baltimore would look very different.
Yeah.
They passed up 3 field goals and they went for it in the red zone on 4th and 1. If you can, and then they have 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles by was it Zay Flowers?
Yep.
So I feel like the Ravens with all their offensive problems now that say that again.
I think you're talking to somebody in the background.
Oh, okay. With all their problems, they exposed the shit out the Rams. Turnovers beat the Ravens this week. Not the Rams beat them.
Yeah, I thought the Ravens had a chance to make that a closer game than what it was. Yeah, I agree. And they kind of shot the. That's one of the reasons. Like John Harbaugh, his style to me is getting old. Like it's not helping the team. Your scheming, your game planning is not helping the team at all.
And another thing, his job, there was rumors that he was going to get fired in Lamar Jackson's rookie season. Lamar Jackson bought him all this time.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody, that's true. They had a losing record.
They had
I believe they had missed the playoffs the previous 3 seasons.
I think they were 3-5 when they benched Flacco and started Lamar Jackson, and then they finished the season 6-1. And
4-5.
Oh, 2-5. I'm sorry, it was a while ago.
4-5. They were 4-5 because I believe they ended 10-6 that year. They started the first 9 games with Flacco. They were 4-5, and then Lamar started the last 7 and went 6-1. Yeah,
And the whole thing was they were getting ready to fire him in mid-season.
they was about to fire him the next game.
Right.
He was about to be fired after the
Was
next
that-
game if they lost.
Was that the
Chargers,
San Diego game? Exactly.
the Chargers?
The San Diego game.
Yeah,
He had his shit packed and everything. He was looking at college gigs and everything, and then they just went on a run.
Yep.
And then they offered him a contract extension because he made a playoff push. Now they went 1 and done in the playoffs, but Lamar Jackson saved that man's job.
it was a job. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I just think not. It's not that I don't like him. It's at a certain point. You got the coaching style just gets old, and
That voice gets stale. His voice is stale.
Forward, yeah. His style is stale. It's time to move to something different. And to me, it's time for Baltimore to really start investing in offense. You've been a defensive franchise forever. And you got your couple of Super Bowls, cool. But it's time y'all start investing in offense like a lot of these other franchises that are making these playoff pushes. They got good defenses, but they're investing on the offensive side of the ball.
You know who I thought of and I forgot? I think Baltimore should get as a head coach because the Miami Dolphins is making him look more right than anything else.
Who's that?
Flores.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now him as a defensive coach. The only thing is, with him as a head coach, he was not a good offense. His offense wasn't good.
That's why you get a good. That's why you get a offensive coordinator. I think the offensive coordinator they got is decent. It's just the game calling during pressure moments is stupid.
Yeah, the style is too predictable. You need to have Lamar. You need to mix up Lamar under center more often.
Absolutely, all this running out of shotgun. You're giving
the teams have caught up to that.
Absolutely. Thank you. See, this is why you burn shit down, Grimlock. You never cease to amaze me how you just come in and just blow torch shit. But that's why you're a Godzilla fan. But that's neither here nor there. The whole thing is, even like I was talking about the last stream that I was on. Just playing Madden lets you know when somebody's getting ready to do something out of shotgun,
Right.
and you can hurry up and audible out of it.
Yep.
But the hardest teams are the ones that's under center or pistol. If you're gonna drop back a little bit, pistol's your best bet. But shotgun and motion and then still giving a draw, that's dumb.
Yeah. Teams have caught up to that. They've caught up to the. Yeah, it worked the first few years, but yeah, teams have caught up to that. So I think I would like to see Lamar, because it's not like he can't do it. He did it in college. That's why it killed me when people would say this shit about him coming out of Louisville. Like, y'all didn't really watch
He
him.
needs to be a corner or a receiver.
Yeah, talking about he should play wide receiver. For what? He's played quarterback his whole life.
But you know what that is? That was the stigma of a black quarterback, even in the 2010s.
Yeah, because they don't want it. Ain't just a black quarterback. They don't want a black quarterback that looks like him to be the one.
He suffered from the Marshawn Lynch syndrome.
Right.
We can't have Marshawn Lynch be the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
It cost him a Super Bowl.
Now I'm putting up the quotation signs when I say this. We can't have the hood hero looking guy be the Super Bowl MVP.
I can't get mad at that because you're 100% right. As much as I didn't like Marshawn Lynch because he was in our division, everybody know if you would have scored that walk-off touchdown, You might as well just walk over there to the podium and get your MVP.
Right.
And then once Sierra's husband threw that pick, you just literally watched their franchise go down the toilet.
Right. I can still remember that game, like sitting there, like I remember saying, "That's what the fuck y'all did."
Absolutely, I said the same thing. I said the same thing
for not giving them the football. That's exactly what y'all get for that shit.
The Patriots was not stopping Marshawn Lynch all game, and then you try to be cute. That's what you get for being cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of like Russell. I keep wanting to call him Russell Westbrook. I sort of like Russell Wilson coming out of Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I like this game, but him and Cordell Stewart are one of the biggest hype jobs I've ever seen in my 30 years of watching NFL football.
Yeah.
Cordell Stewart was a gadget type of player. Put him in at wide receiver, put him in at running back, put him in at slot, then put him back in at quarterback. Because, Mike Tomczak was a terrible quarterback. I don't give a fuck what they said. Once Neil O'Donnell went to the Jets in 97, Tomczak was, I don't even know how he kept a damn job. But Cordell Stewart won some games because primarily that defense. And when he got exposed, then they didn't want him no more. And then that's when they drafted Ben Roethlisberger or Rapisberger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Man, hey, I just want to say this to y'all, man. I'm just trying. I'm coming in, so I'm not trying to get sued, man. That what Marshawn said? Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Right. Allegedly.
funny how they made that go away.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Vaughn, on some realness though, bro, I got the hoodie and I got the t-shirt, bro. Allegedly.
Oh,
I got the hoodie and I got a couple of sweatshirts that says allegedly on there. Well, I'm about to. Boy, people gonna be looking at me like, man, people that really know me like, man, you've been saying that word for a long time. I'm like, no, imagine they had this shirt back then. Man. Maybe I would have won a case, allegedly.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like when you was talking about Cordell, he just didn't have no structure in his game, and I didn't get that for the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. A franchise built on structure. You let him just do what he wanted to do. It worked sometimes. It worked a couple times, but not enough.
For the 2 times a year that it worked, there was 8 times a year it didn't work.
Right, exactly. It hit the rails and just looked terrible. Yeah.
I remember many a times they're taking the ball out of Jerome Bettis' hands to give to Cordell Stewart, and he'll run around in the circles and try to do it. You know, shout out to him being the quarterback on NFL Blitz, but he'll spin around to try to do a sensational play and then fumble and then tap his helmet, talking about, oh, that's all me, and then it would just kill the momentum of whatever they were building up. Cordell Stewart, again, there was this segment on, what was this, NFL Tonight, or I forgot what, Primetime, what it was called, Don't Believe the Hype. And he was on one of those episodes saying he believed his own hype. That's why he did things the way he did it.
Yeah.
But if he can go back again, he would have listened more to because Jimmy Haslam, when he took over the New Orleans Saints job, he was the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, and he used to tell them defenses are looking at tape on you to see where your weaknesses are, because they're trying to punch that ball out every time you take off running.
Yep. That's why I said that. Like it surprised me that the Steelers allowed that style of play to happen, knowing that their franchise is based on discipline and structure. So it just shocked. Like I get it. Like it looked good. Like a few games, but at a certain point, you got to get back to playing
smash mouth football the way they were built.
Football, yeah, because that cute shit don't always, it's not gonna work all the time. That's what made like like Kansas City. When we look at Kansas City, they know how to mix it up. They know how to mix up the smash mouth and then get cute every once in a while.
Yeah, they almost lost the Super Bowl off of being cute, and that's when Andy Reid was like, "All right, Patrick, cut that shit out, and let's just get the ball down the field
and let's get it down, and get it to your running back because they're covering your running back."
Shout out to Pittsburgh. The last 50 years, they only had 3 head coaches, and they are Chuck Knox, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
That is called stability at its best.
Even though they try to get that boy Tomlin fired, though, he need to go. He just need to go.
I don't think it was the Pittsburgh Steelers that did that. I think that was the media. And especially that racist ass Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We know Stephen A. hopping on the train too.
Well, he was hopping on the train to get Marv Lewis fired. Now he's starting to turn on Mike Tomlin.
Yo. I'm just saying.
Well, he's a paid shield. You already know. We all know that. We know that he is the antithesis of a coon. I'll say it. You know, he's always calling out black athletes, and I'm not even a Serena Williams fan, but for somebody who's as unathletic as Stephen A. Smith, he doesn't need to speak on any fucking athlete for the rest of his life. And as much as I don't like Tindy over titles, he exposed him when he was doing that interview with him in the gym, and he made him shoot some buckets. He did that on purpose, and I was all for it.
Hey, I forgot he was in that video. He did it with James Harden. I forgot about that, but still, hey, I like James Harden, but when I hear these boys be talking on these other platforms, they be acting like James Harden is the best thing ever. Yeah, he can score and everything like that, but when again, they always, this is one thing I noticed too, Vonk. I know you hear this a lot of times on TikTok too, when you hear these streams nowadays. Now just figure out how to, if I don't want to view them anymore, I could just hold down on my phone and just boom. I don't want to hear that crap. I want to hear good content. I want to hear that capping and testing line and speaking on people careers that you ain't never been a part of and going with what people tell you on TV. I definitely ain't got no time to sit there and debate nobody for that crap. I'm sorry. You using these same behind tactics and all that, man. It's so easy. It's so easy to put you on a platter, just lay you out right there.
Look, James Harden,
very surgical.
James Harden and Living Single have something in common. After the 3rd season, I wasn't fucking with him.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Vaughn, this dude just compared this dude to Living Single, man. Man, you know what? I'm going back on mute now. Go carry on.
Those first 3 seasons in Houston, James Harden was a good player. When he became just step back three, I wasn't watching that shit. A man averaged 13 3-point attempts a game by himself. There were some teams that didn't even do that in the 90s.
And he got one of the ugliest 50-point games ever in NBA history when he went to the line. 25, I think he shot like 25 free throws, if I ain't mistaken. And he shot poorly too. He was like, I'll say around, I forgot, like 6. Like I know he shot like 39 times or something like that. I gotta look at that game again, verify it. But he had one of the ugliest 50-point games. Only why he got 50 in the first place is because of them free throws. He shot 25 free throws.
Well, not only that, shout out to Too Raw for TV for this fact. James Harden got most of his 50-point and 60-point games against bottom feeders, not against playoff teams. When you go to the converse of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, Their 40-point,
Yes.
50-point, and 60-point games came against top-tier defense teams. Let that sink in.
Those are facts.
It's, e-
You know
it's
they ain't
easy.
gonna. Go ahead.
It's easy to score 50 against a Sacramento squad, you know what I'm saying, on a random Tuesday night. But then when San Antonio comes in there, your ass only got 8 points on 1 of 11 shooting.
They don't go to the free throw line as much either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because even like I know people like Harden. I'm not dissing Harden. Yeah, he's one of the greatest players in his generation. I ain't taking that away from that. But as far as him as the elite shooting guards and putting him over people that I know he ain't better in, no, I can't do that. I just can't. And I don't rank players, by the way.
James Harden is the Warren G of NBA basketball. You may know who he is, but you're not really listening to his music. The only thing that Warren G was good for is regulators. Mention another song about Warren G. Go.
This DJ.
Exactly.
This DJ. That Warren G. That first album was dope, bro. What you talking about?
No, don't come in and break up my damn momentum. Grimlock.
Hey, he dissing my boy Warren G, man. I went to saw him in concert out here. And
that album kept Def Jam from going bankrupt.
Y'all stepping on the point. The point is nobody worried about.
You just can't. Yeah. Can't say Warren G, bro. Can't say Warren G. No, you gotta use somebody else. Bro. You can't say Warren G.
Warren G is the line. Okay, I know. Warren G is the line. I'm sorry. So let me mention someone else. Okay. Bushwick Bill. Y'all comfortable with that?
Now that's messed up, bro.
No.
Yeah, why you gonna say Bushwick at all, people, man?
Turn into a rapper? That's not fair, man.
Yeah, that's not even fair at all, bro.
Okay. All right. So Warren G and Bushwick Bill is out of there. Okay, let me think of someone else. Snow and Farmer. Is that better?
There you go.
Okay.
I can do that one.
I said Bushwick because Bushwick started off as a hype man, bro.
He was a hype man.
He was a rapper because he was just always around.
Mm-hmm.
He was just always
I didn't know
around.
that.
He was cool.
I didn't know that y'all was this. I didn't know y'all was this. Adamant about Warren G and Bushwick Bill. But I know. I learned my lesson. I understand.
No, it's just when you know the history, because people think the Ghetto Boys was always Scarface and Willie D. The first iteration of the Ghetto Boys didn't even have a Scarface, and it was the Ghetto Boys featuring Willie D. In the beginning.
See, I'm not too old to learn. Thank you for that.
Right.
I'm a little mad.
The original Ghetto Boys didn't have a Scarface in the group. And what's his name? Bushwick Bill was just a hype man. He was like a comic relief side of the group. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like because Flavor Flav kind of started that shit as far as rap goes. And then you had Bushwick, you had Too Big MC.
Who was that hype man for third base?
Oh shit. I won't even say he's a hype man. He's more like their manager, but I'm talking about Don Newkirk.
Yeah.
The guy with the little dreaded box and shit.
Yeah, the frocks.
Yeah, Don Newkirk. But he's cool as hell though. Don Newkirk cool as a motherfucker though. He's more like a business manager than a hype man. He just played that role on those first couple of albums.
Fucking Grimlock came up out of the sewers like Thriller to defend Warren G. Like,
no, all I said is that Warren G album, bro. That album was fucking dope, bro. Because he's a producer, so it was mostly he really wasn't even on all the songs. He had his little like MCs that was from his neighborhood. that he was putting on it. That was a dope ass album.
Mm-hmm.
This is Shaq. This is how we act.
That's what I liked about the time that we grew up, Vaughn, because we grew up in I remember, that's why I'm so affiliated with even everybody is tripping on these platforms that think that Cash Money is just going to lose in a landslide and No Limit.
What?
And then, man, I be seeing the comments on TikTok, bro. I'm like, and I be commenting, dudes were like, man, you sound like a hater. Like, dude, like, Jay just told y'all the history, just broke it down.
Right.
When you think of New Orleans, you think about, I know, because I've been hearing the music since then, back then, too. That's what I like about the South, but they moved because you had Rap A Lot, then you had Screw,
Mm-hmm.
then you had what they was doing in Louisiana, Baby, and matter of fact, it's on my Spotify. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm name the record company right now. Hold on, because I was just listening to the Ghetto Twins. Yeah, cause James broke that stuff down, man. He was telling them, he was like, man, y'all do not y'all like people really think Cash Money's gonna win. I'm like, dude, like no, like, and I even say, and then you gotta think about it too. Everybody that's gone, and look at the people that did catalog with both. Mystical he's on both catalogs.
Yep. He collabed with them too. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And Fiend ain't there no more. Fiend with he with Jet Life now.
Yeah, the Fiend, that was out of everybody at No Limit, even more than Mystical. I like Fiend as an MC better.
Yeah, him and Mystical was always my butter, my bread kind of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Him, and I love.
If there's anybody I was gonna really listen to out of No Limit,
and Mr. Magic.
Yeah, and Mr. Magic. Well, Mr. Magic was with Suave House at first.
Yeah, I remember he was at Suave House. Then he brought No Limit.
Shit came on was with Suave House.
No Limit Soldiers. Suave House.
Yeah.
Suave House, No Limit Soldiers, Suave House. Yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
that. See, you talking about our generation, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just remember all of that, and I knew, and this is during the era, y'all, where it was internet and stuff, but we wasn't even on the internet. They had, especially you lived in the South, you had shows in Louisiana called Fat and all that. That's how you know about all the local artists. That's when I never forget when
or you get the
Webby came out with that song.
Remember, they had the magazines back in the days, bro.
Yeah.
We had all the magazines where they would talk about everybody, and then you would go look them up, and then you would go to the record store and see if the record store had their music, and if they had it, they had the little thing, they had little copies where they would let you preview the shit.
Yeah, I never forget. I never forget when Soldier
Slim. Now they're just
Soldier Slim.
Trying to force feed everything down everybody's throats.
I remember when Slim Thug. This was in when I was living in Lake Charles. He came to if anybody know about Lake Charles, Louisiana in the 90s. Anytime the big club or anything, even even College Hill, the Chick No Draws became a sensation when she came out there. But anyway, Festival City, anytime somebody came to perform anywhere, they always went to Fest. Anybody that's from Lake Charles, y'all already know these are all facts. I seen Slim Thug at the time, and this was the time when he was really skinny, bro. He was tall but skinny. You remember that version of him, Vaughn?
Who was that?
Slim Thug, how he used to look in the early 2000s. He was super skinny.
Yeah, he tall. I remember him at one of my homeboys. I'm trying to remember the old thing, the little rap summits they used to have in Houston. And one of my homeboys.
We already know about Back to Kappa.
Thug was there. I remember seeing him there. Oh yeah, Kappa. Now this was other than Kappa. This was it's like they used to have these hip hop summits where all the rappers and the industry people would come. It's kind of like what they used to do, like Jack the Rapper back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I
something
miss
similar
those
to that.
times,
I'm
bro.
not think of the name of it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing Slim Thug at the time. I remember when Webby came out with that song "Girl Give Me That," and everybody was like, "Oh man." I'm like, dude, this song been out in Louisiana like for years, bro. Like, what are y'all talking about? I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, y'all. That's when people just think that mainstream is the end be all, which is not the end be all. It's just really is not.
That's like Ice Cream Man. I remember getting
Hell nah.
Ice Cream Man by Master P is old as shit because that shit was out when I was in high school. They used to be on Solar Music. Who remembers before No Limit? It was the West Coast Bad Boys. Who remembers that? When it was
I remember UNLV,
Master P, yeah, all of them with and it was E40 and Snoop.
E40
and Snoop. They were called the West Coast Bad Boys.
Bad Boy. Yep, I remember that.
I still got the videotape. It's in my storage somewhere. I still got the VHS tape that I got because I was a part of the Solar Music Group street team. I signed up. Somebody had me sign a piece of paper, and next thing I know, I'm getting like free music and shit from Master P and Psycho Gangster and all them shit.
Mm-hmm. I listen to all that on my Spotify
with the music videos and shit with the West Coast Bad Boys music videos.
That's why I'm glad my boy Matt Shellshock is out. Shout out to Matt.
Hell yeah, Soulja Slim.
Man, he did all them years, bro. Stay 10 toes down, that man did for real.
Yep.
I remember when I first heard him, man. I was like, and then I remember I was living in Louisiana when he caught that charge. And I was in Louisiana when the Super Bowl was in. I forgot who was playing in the Super Bowl, and allegedly they were saying my boy Juve now and Free was messing around with each other. They was putting that all in the tabloid. They was like, Juvenile's down here. Shout out to Juvie, man.
I've seen Juvenile. I've seen Juvenile a few times in Northwest Plaza, the famous mall in St. Louis. It's not there anymore. Seen him and Manny Fresh a couple of times.
Yeah, Manny Fresh been out for a long time too, cause Vaughn, we know how it is. When you independent, people ain't gonna know about you, man.
Yep.
They don't know unless
Manny Fresh go way back.
Way back. Like that's why we try to tell these people, like man, y'all just don't know how big Cash Money catalog really is. Like James, you trying to even I know this.
I was gonna say even before Cash Money,
right?
Because Manny Fresh had his own little. It was like, you know, back in the days, you had your DJ and a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Eric B and Rakim. Manny Fresh had Greg. It was Greg D, I believe that's his name.
I think it was Greg E.
Greg D, something like that. Yeah. Manny Fresh and Greg D. Matter of fact, they had I was telling one of my homegirls about this. I had her look it up. It tripped her out. Oh, no, it was a homegirl, one of my other homeboys. We was just chopping it up, and we were talking about Cash Money. And I told him to look this up. They came out with a Freddie song before Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. When Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince made Nightmare on My Street, Manny Fresh
I remember that.
had a Freddie rap a year before that.
Yeah, everybody was taking advantage of Freddie. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Now, granted, I was like real little, but I vaguely remember that because everybody tried to sneak Jason, Freddie, and Michael in their videos.
Yep. That shit was crazy.
And it was a copycat. It was a copycat thing. Tell me if you remember this. You remember Rumors, and then you remember the parody Roaches?
Oh yeah, by Jimmy. What's his name?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you don't remember Roaches? Look at all these roaches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
What was his name? What was that dude's name? I remember it was Jimmy and the something.
I looked it up on YouTube because my wife didn't believe that song was out. I was like, yeah, it was a parody of Rumors.
Yeah. They used to play that shit on the radio. I remember that.
Right. Shout out to Magic 108 because I used to listen to that all the time, and we used to laugh our ass off.
You know what the
Bobby,
song back
Jimmy,
in the
and the
90s
Critters.
was
That
back in the
name of
day?
group. Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters. Roaches. Look at all these roaches.
Hey, I remember this song in the 90s. Look at all these haters surrounding me every day.
Then it was Haters, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we grew up in a great time of music, movies,
Video games.
books, video games, and I did get that game stick. Plug it up to my my TV, and guess what? The first thing I played, T. Bryce,
But
Tecmo Bowl.
hey, I told you, ain't that game stick fire, bro? You got everything, bro. Even you go back into the, like Ron trying to say, he was playing 8-bit. I know my cousins, my older cousins, they know about them games. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I know about them games that I used to watch them play. You know what I'm saying? Then it was my turn. I played 10-yard fight. Used to get my ass kicked
Well,
all the time. When I think I'm about to win, I always lose. That game stick is fire, bro.
I was
It really
losing
is.
to the Washington Redskins like 14-0, and I scored 49 consecutive points just doing the 80-yard touchdown pass to Sterling Sharp.
Hey, so you played that one. So you see how the different Tecmo Bowls they got on there?
Absolutely, and they got some of the modded, famous Street Fighters, like the Rainbow Edition, which a lot of people know about in Asia. I was playing Killer Instinct and forgot just how massive that damn game was. I still won because back when I was a nerd. What I'm talking about, I'm still a nerd. Back when I was young and a nerd.
Killer Instinct, I ain't never seen Killer Instinct is on this game stick, boy. Killer Instinct is on this game stick, boy. Ah man, I'm playing that. Now you
Yeah,
got
it's
the
on
one
there.
before. Where is that? On the what?
It will be on the arcade. It'll be under the arcade title.
Hold on 1 second, because I just turned the game stick on. Just a matter of fact, I'm glad you got it, bro. I told I told James to get it, like, man, because James was like, man, I want to play that Tecmo Bowl. I was like, dude, they got so many different ones on there you can
This
play.
is on my phone right now. I got an emulator on my phone right now. Look at all that shit.
Wait, hold on.
I always play the 2013 one.
Oh.
Yeah, I got an emulator.
Now you're really trying to get me down there to Texas, ain't you?
Come through.
So you say it's on the Arcade Classics? Is under? Is the Arcade Classics or it's on? Because that's all.
It's under Arcade Classics. Yeah, it's under Arcade Classics. Because I started off getting my ass kicked. Then I had to remember how to play. I can still smell the popcorn in the Aladdin's castle whenever I play that damn game. Back when they used to have birthday parties at the arcade and you over there cleaning somebody up.
Oh, I've been playing this Def Jam Fight for New York takeover, and I've been playing. I always play the Tecmo Bowls. I've been playing the He's on Fire.
NBA Jam. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm trying to beat the one on the Super Nintendo one first, then I'll go to the Sega version.
The Sega version has a if you turn the difficulty all the way up, and if you turn the drone difficulty all the way up, all you got to do is one pass shoot, and it will 99% go in from anywhere on the court. I learned that back when I was 14 years old, and I never played the game the same again.
Oh no,
Are you
will
serious, bro?
always and forever be double dribble, bro. Like I will
Corner
always love
three.
that guy, bro. Corner
My
three.
brother
Yep.
used to whoop my ass in that from the corner too, and my brother used to hit it from the wing and
Yeah.
always the corner, and especially on the right hand side. Man, my brother used to kill me, bro. No, bro. I used to beat everybody else but him. I'm like, man, I was like, hey, I used to tell him, like, man, this can you get me in, bro? Now we play Mortal Kombat or something like that. That'd be totally different.
That was me too. My younger brother was like that too. He whooped my ass on everything. He pissed me off, bro. But double dribble, nope. I kill you on some double dribble.
Please, T Price, I beg you, get a Tecmo Bowl tournament going. I support it 100%.
Hey, y'all already gonna do the football game on Thanksgiving, bro.
Oh, it's Christmas.
That's Christmas. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. But even y'all want to do something on Thanksgiving, y'all can still do something that day too. Just let me know. I'll set it up for y'all and put y'all on, bro. Like it's just like that. You know they're going. I don't care. You know I'm waiting for college basketball to come around. That's my thing.
Yeah,
See, I want to play Grimlock. He seems like he's one of those players like me. Sneaky good.
I mean, I'm all right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I expect somebody who's sneaky good to say.
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what. What my strategy is. I love to full court press, so I'm gonna run a press on you.
Okay. I like full court press.
Yeah, that's what I would throw people off guard when I used to play them in my old basketball games, or like back in the days when 2K first came out, 2K1. I would always play with Minnesota, the Timberwolves. You know why? Because Kevin Garnett's ball handling was like a 97, 98, and I would put him at the 2, and you could not stop him. I don't care who you had. You can have the Lakers. You can have everybody. You can't stop Kevin Garnett playing the 2. A more aggressive version of Kevin Garnett.
And shout out to Chess Ready in the chat, man. I didn't see you until now. Shout out to you. Much love to you in the chat. Yeah, my cousin, 3.5 years younger than me, and I loved NBA Live. And this dude put a full court press on me. For the first time I saw that shit, I could not get around that shit. And then it was like a tie game. It was a 3-point game. And I was getting ready to take the 3. You know what this nigga kept doing? Kept fouling me to keep me from taking the 3 and made me just shoot free throws.
Oh, yeah.
Until the game was over with. And I was just looking at him like, what the fuck? Ever since then, it's like we had this rivalry. And we had an NBA Jam rivalry. We had an NFL Blitz 2000, Blitz 2001. And then we had a Showtime NBA on NBC rivalry. NBA Hang Time, which is basically NBA Jam rebranded. But we had so many damn rivalries. And the rivalry
Hey, that little cheat code you did, right? You do that for any NBA Jam game? Or it's on a specific one?
It's for any NBA Jam game.
Which cheat code?
Turn the difficulties all the way up and turn the drone difficulty all the way up. 1 pass shoot, 3. Count it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
play that shit right now.
Code. Give everybody the big, super duper big heads.
Yeah, give them the LeBron head.
Yeah.
The water head. Let me ask you this question. Good old Grimlock. Why has Bronny not improved?
Because they didn't allow him to improve. They didn't allow him to develop properly. They tried to force everything on him. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, I'm playing the old school arcade edition on it. I didn't see what you call it on there.
Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe it's under a different
But yeah.
Whenever you find it, just let me text it to me because I ain't know they had Killer Instinct on there.
Yeah, those like Killer Instinct, Tekken, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, X-Men Children of the Atom. Dude, there are
Hey,
so
who
many
should I
games.
get? And who should I get, y'all? Should I get Golden State with Hardaway Mullen? Clippers got Danny Manning, Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
Lakers got Worthy
Uh,
and Divac. This is the
Divac, yeah.
arcade one. Then you got Barkley, and you got
Kevin
I always
Johnson.
no, just Barkley and Marley. This is
Oh,
the
they didn't
arcade
have Kevin Johnson. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
They
yeah,
only
this is
put
the
Kevin.
arcade one. This is the arcade one. I'm gonna pick Seattle because I always got to get somebody to break the rim.
Yeah. Where they have Peyton and Kemp.
No, they got Benjamin. Him and
Benoit.
Benjamin. His last name is Benjamin.
Oh. Now you're gonna make me play the arcade version.
Mm-hmm. I ain't played it about a couple of weeks because I've been playing because it got so many games on there, and I'm just like, man. Whenever I feel like doing and everything, but I ain't really been playing Chat Mobile like that. I touched it up, played it the other. I'm thinking about I think it was like last week. I played a couple of games. I played the 2013 one, and who did I have? I ran with the who I ran with. Oh, I ran with I did the Bills because they had Marshawn Lynch, and they had T.O., and they had who else was on that team? Edwards was the quarterback for them at the time. Yeah, that's a sneaky good team on there.
If you're ever out in Wisconsin, I'll put you up. We could just game and eat food.
Man, you know what? You know it's crazy because my boy tell me this all the time. Man, you been out here, man, and you ain't never came to Wisconsin. Like, I know, bro, because the time when I know you, you wasn't living. I mean, I already know you live in Wisconsin. I thought you really lived in Michigan, but you finally told me that I've been living in Wisconsin the whole time. He just had family in Michigan. I was like, oh, now that makes sense. Shout out to him. I never got a chance to went to I have been Wisconsin. No, I haven't. Nope, I never had to get a chance. Nope. Every time I was supposed to, it was always a change of plans. So, yeah. As the saying goes, it gets cold up in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but I'm not in Milwaukee.
What part you say you in though?
I'm in Racine. It's like maybe
I know where you at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 15 minutes from the border of Illinois.
Yeah, I know where Racine is. Cause shout out to the homie who I'm talking about. They from Racine. They don't live in Racine no more. They still got their family house in Racine, but yeah. They was always trying to get me to come out there. Like, man, come to Racine. I'm like, dude, I ain't coming. That's why I never went to Minneapolis. I got homies that stay in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And I got another one stay in Minneapolis. They was telling me that was a black man's dream out there. As far as getting work
All the
and
white
everything
girls?
like that. No, as far as work. No, as far as work is concerned. I knew y'all was gonna talk about the white girls. See, I knew it.
Well,
See,
there is a lot of white girls out
part of
here.
it though. Can't front. I heard that same thing because one of my best friends from high school moved up to Minneapolis.
Yeah, because everybody I knew that went to Minneapolis, my partners, man, they got good jobs. They still got the same jobs that they had. They were just blessed and fortunate, even though they just blessed and fortunate. They didn't get caught up doing stupid shit, even though they should have. There was times they tell me that, man, I should have been gone, bro. I was like, hey, you just got some people in life that get blessed, and some people that don't. But you counted your blessings though. You just continue to do stupid things, you get stupid prizes.
Yeah, white girl in Cadillac. That's all you need, apparently.
But shout out to my homies though too down white too. I ain't had none of them be sitting there taking it to heart and everything. But I'm not racist. We're not racist.
No, they ain't that.
Just our lingo. Cause I got a lot. My white friends here. They listen to my stream. They be like, man, we don't be taking your homeboys seriously, man. We know they be around us. They ain't gonna say that. They be like, they look at us totally different. I'm like, we just like all races. We got all messed up people in every single way.
Yep. Yeah, and the reason I say that is because I had a homeboy who grew up. He's a Muslim family. He grew up Muslim in a Muslim family, but once we graduated high school, I remember Montavian, I was telling you when I got out of high school, I enrolled at Louisville. So I wanted to try to walk on there. So all my best friends from high school all went to Louisville, and this nigga met a white girl and then they moved to Minneapolis, got kids, got married, all that shit. And he called me one day, so I was like, man, it's crazy up here. So that's why,
I heard.
I said what I said when you mentioned that earlier, because I've heard that, but I've also heard it's mad jobs up there.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna lie. That's the reason why I moved up here from St. Louis. The job market in St. Louis was drying up faster than anything I've ever experienced. And then when I start going on Indeed, and I just for the S&Gs looked at Wisconsin areas, seeing all these different things and infrastructures they putting up. I put in an application, and 45 minutes later, that company called me back on a Sunday asking me will I like an interview on a Monday.
Well,
as soon as I did the interview that Monday on Zoom, he offered me the job and was like, when can you come down here for a physical and what else did he say? Do some of the onboarding. And I was like, well, I'm still in St. Louis. He was like, oh, okay. Well, if you relocate, we can give you a $25,000 sign-on bonus. Guess what I did?
Relocate, hell yeah.
And I called up this guy that was trying to buy my house for years. We in like 2 weeks, because my wife was looking at me like I was crazy. I had the sign-on bonus, the house sold, and us packing to move in 17 days. I went up to Wisconsin to start the job. My older kids and my wife moved the rest of it, but I was like, I can't turn down $25,000 in the hand. My sister back in 2009, she did the same thing with Milwaukee, with one of the hospitals that she was with, and they gave her a $10,000 cash moving expense, and she was like, okay, cool, I'll just get an apartment. And she lived in that apartment and was still sending money back to St. Louis to pay on her mortgage until she got the house sold. Well, technically, to be honest with you, she walked away from the house and just started over in Wisconsin. But for years, they were telling me that Wisconsin hires people with a decent resume. And guess what the minimum wage up here is? $22.50.
Damn.
Yeah, that's more than here.
Yeah.
And I live in a state where minimum wage, well, I'm on the coast, but that's still more.
Right back, fell out and running the store real quick.
All right.
Like you pay, but they pay that money to get there, you got to deal with the weather too. So you live in the Midwest, that ain't gonna be no problem.
Now, don't get me wrong, the house was a little bit more expensive than where I was living at before, but it was more house stuff.
Right.
But this is just to get me back on the road. I don't know if we're gonna stay here for forever. But
right.
it just it's a good opportunity. I can't knock it. The weather, it does get cold, but they do take care of the roads very well. The gas prices are always fair. It doesn't ever get out of control until you get to like Chicago. You know, they still damn near $5 a gallon in downtown Chicago.
Man.
Now, the one knock is they don't have a lot of black foods in Wisconsin, unless you go to Milwaukee and know exactly where to go to Milwaukee. But on the outskirts, it's a
That's
lot
like
of.
being here in Oregon.
So you already know.
Mm-hmm.
If you want dark-skinned fried rice, Wisconsin's not a place to go.
It's like out here in Oregon, like I tell people all the time, like, man, what's the best place to eat? I'm like, dude, like, you're talking to somebody that come from a family that and be around people that know how to cook, they will, they be like, you made this? I'll go back there and make exactly what you made, but it tastes different and it won't look like what you serving me right now either. You know, with all the black spots, it's in Portland. That's where all the black restaurants is at. Now you want to get some good Mexican.
I definitely see that.
You get your Mexican food, like good Mexican food. They got good spots in Salem. They got good spots in Corvallis. They got good spots in Albany. Yes, there is an Albany in Oregon. Just like how it is in Albany, New York, Albany, Georgia, yada yada yada. It's more than one name. Like they got a Junction City out here. They got a Junction City, Oregon. That's so well. It's bigger than Ogden. It's bigger than Ogden and Kansas by a long shot.
Do they got a Springfield in Oregon?
Yep.
And that's how you know. That's how you know. That's where The Simpsons was based off of.
Mm-hmm.
They got a power plant out there?
I never seen no power plant. They do got plants out there though. They do got some plants out there though. They do got plants out there. They really do. They do got plants out there in Oregon. I mean in Eugene.
Because it was crazy.
If you ever take the drive, like when you actually take the drive, and once you actually drive, once you about to see. Once you in Eugene and the next such and such Essex is, you know, then you drive all the way through it, you be like, it's weird. It gives you that, you know, it gives you that Simpsons kind of feeling though.
Yeah. Back in 06, I was thinking about moving to Oregon. It's just funny how that worked out. I was literally thinking because I heard about the programs that they had too, and I was very, very interested in. But I was getting ready to do a Midwest to West run. We just had my first child, and I had to put it on the back burner. And then the next year I had my next child, so it kind of didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But you know, Oregon does have a lot of good programs for those who have had some legal issues.
Facts. And I know the people that do it too. I know the people that do it. I know the ladies that did it for me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? It's kind of crazy that you said that because the last couple of days, the lady that actually, when I gave her all my information and she made a copy and then she referred me to the other lady and everything like that. And the guys was like, man, T, like, you know, all the pretty ladies. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, you see them just like I do. I'm like, this lady helped me out. This is the lady that helped me get my life back. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. Yeah, she was single and everything like that, but I was like, I don't think like that when my life is on the line. You know what I'm saying? But she was just saying how proud she was of me and just keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So a shout out to her though, man. And shout out to the retired correctional officer as well for getting the paperwork done. And I only paid $50 to do it. Where I go down south, they would cost me an arm and a leg to do
And a
something that
kidney.
and give me with too. But shout out to James though too, because James always used to tell me this all the time, bro. All you gotta do is lay low, man. Don't pay them people back their money, man. You got some people that do it, and then you got some that the guy opened doors for. They applied for a job knowing, but they kept their nose clean. They've been good. And once God said yes, that's over with.
Yeah. There's a lot of places that they won't tell you about. You have to find it on accident now. Not necessarily now, because information is out there, the internet is undefeated. But back before social media was a big thing, or the internet was as popular, as you had to find out through word of mouth, or you wasn't going to find out anything.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because nobody was trying to really help anybody with a legal pass.
No. Not at all the way. And then again, on the way to the people that was blessed and fortunate to do it, is that you had people that was in your corner to help you to get the stuff done. But we talking from a point where you're on your own. You did it. You figure it out. That's one thing I used to tell my family. I was like, hey, told my pops this. I'm like, man, I did this. As you say, you got to man up. I did it. Whatever. Okay, fine. I'm going to go ahead and just take care of myself. Nope, you ain't using no money. Nope, I don't want nobody's money. None. Because I'm going to get it myself. And I did that. And it was crazy. I used to be out here already. I was out here before I was out here. The only reason I came back was I thought I was going to be a dad. Found out, he's not the father. And I said it to my best friend, my boy Leonard. I told him, I was like, man. And I told him that day. And shout out to Quantine, this girl, that I knew in Job Corps. And I told her, she would tell me she was going to Houston, going to Texas, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do my thing. I was like, I gotta go to the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got the resources I need in Texas. I have to go out here to the West Coast. And then once I end up going back to I end up staying with my pops and them, my mom and them for about, I think I stayed about 9 months. I was gone. I was back out here, bro. I wasn't playing when I got my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just blessed and fortunate, man, because I know a lot of people like, man, how you move all the way out there without no car and yada yada. Like, man, like survival, man. Like, you can still move and get around just because you don't have a car. I lived so many places without a car. Still was able to go to the grocery store and all that stuff, man. It was like, hey, you just gotta survive.
Some people don't know how to struggle because they don't want to. I learned that a long time ago. Some people like bitching about struggling instead of doing something about struggling.
Like, I've been trying to get my driving license before I get out of here, but man, they so backed up since COVID. I'm just gonna wait till whenever I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and boom, and it's on and popping after that. Gonna study and boom, get it, because I know I'm gonna need it, even though I don't have a bus system, but still, just gotta get it, bro. Looks like, even though I'm not much of a driver, because I never really drove. I did drove, but I remember when I got locked up, my license expired when I got locked up, and then when I came out and I went back to Kansas, and they tried to say I couldn't use that ID, my expired ID that they seen in the system, and they could see that's when what's that dude's name? The dude that the governor of Kansas. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember his name. I remember him ever since grade school. He's the dude that said that Obama need to show his birth certificate.
That was Trump.
No, it was actually a governor from Kansas that said the same thing too. Man, hold on, let me look him up right quick. Hold on. No, I look it up on my phone. Hold up. It was crazy because I met this guy who actually showed me pictures of him and this guy when they was in college, and he was saying how much he was how he was in college. And okay, hold on 1 second. I mean, what I see his face clear as day. I know he was a.
I want to see his birth certificate.
No, it wasn't Bill Graves. You know, it wasn't him. Who is it? Who is that dude? Oh my God! Do I got to go to the 1990s just to come doing about a decade? Because no, it wasn't him. Hold up. Once I see his face, I'm like, yep, that's him. Okay. It was John Willie, then it was. Oh, I went backwards. I know they got a female in there now. She's a woman. And then what is his name? Yes, his name. That's him. Sam Brownback. That's him. That's him. He was the one that I first heard said that. And I wasn't even surprised he said that at the time either, because I've been knowing about him in the early 2000s. Actually, late 2000s, coming along the way. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He said so. You know, but you know how it go. They can say whatever they want to say, and as soon as we say something, it's a problem.
That's the way of the world.
They'll cancel you. You want him canceled. You want her canceled. Man,
and that's why we say allegedly.
Mm-hmm. But the East gonna be very interesting. We're gonna talk about the other side, the last part of the East tomorrow. We're just gonna finish this East though, but it's gonna be very interesting this year, man. I am like, I love my college. I do watch the pros too, y'all. Like, you know, when I'm saying especially when it's college basketball time, I got it on a whole bunch of devices. I'm that laptop on this one right here. I know got like four games. I got one main one going on the screen. That's how I roll, man. I want to know everything. And then I'm like that with the NBA too, when the college ain't on. But I'm gonna watch and see what's going on, man. But the East gonna be interesting because, like they say, they everybody's so big with the Hawks. I'm like, dude, again, everybody's so big. I'm not very big on just throwing some players together and you thinking that stuff's going to work. And you see that too much in this era. You need great team chemistry. we just read the roster off Philadelphia. Even if Paul George and Joel Embiid don't play, they still got a great roster, a great young talent. And you see what I'm saying? Like some of these like players just holding these they holding these. It's gonna be interesting, man. You know. I just want to see all the players who really. You always see the players who really work on their game too. I'm interested in how those. You know what I'm saying? I know we didn't talk about the Southeast division, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. That's the only one we didn't cover. That's why we did part 1 today. We'll do part 2 tomorrow and continue to stay on the East. And then Thursday and Friday, we're gonna be talking about the West. Because ever since I've been born, the West has always been a gauntlet. Even though they want to say the 80s, whatever. No, I'm not buying that. As far as competition, I have seen the East take more dips and slides than I ever seen the West did. Ever. And it's not even close.
Yeah. That's what you call narrative.
And we've seen it in too many ways of fashions.
So what time you gonna be on tomorrow, Big T?
Oh shoot, I'll be on the same time. I come on about because I get off at 1. And normally I'll be back home like 105, 107, somewhere in there. I'll probably come on about 2 o'clock. And then Thursday and Friday I'll just get up and be on at 9 o'clock. You know, because Ron time, I got to adjust the time to Ron time. Because Ron time, he like to go when he's up. You know, he don't like when we do the early stream because he don't be up. So I work with him.
He be getting that good nap.
Yeah, man. You know me, because I used to come on this about early in the morning, sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning. So back in the day, it used to be 5 o'clock. Man, whenever, because I'm always up anyway. I'm just not a sleeper, bro. Like I just ain't never been a sleeper. I know, like I got friends and family and friends when they they sleep they can sleep all day long, boy. I'm just like, man, I just ain't never had that, bro. Like I just ain't never. But the OGs always tell me like, yeah, but you ain't never had a woman that make you rest though. When she lay down, you better go lay down too, bro.
Well, that's a fact.
And I get what they talking about on there too. You know, but we had a good stream today, man. But shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, we're gonna shut this one down. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man.
Thanks again, T Price, for inviting me. Grimlock, if you can hear me, keep burning it up, man. I love all of y'all. You have a great night.
Yeah, I keep saying, man, y'all want to come on like live, like even when I'm at work, just let me know. I could set it up and y'all could just go. And then if anybody get knocked out or something like that, just call my phone. You know what I'm saying? I just put y'all on. I told y'all whenever y'all want to do the stream, just do it. I just did this on the strength of me because I want to talk about the East, and then we're gonna talk about the West. You know, because you know I've been looking around. I ain't seen nobody talking about it. I don't care about being in the algorithm, but once we talk about the last conference with the Magic and the Heat and everybody in that division, then it's open season and where we can sit there and see where we can, you know, see what it is. Because I like Orlando, man. Like I think they, matter of fact, what's up? Hold on, it's only 5:28. We can always hop back on this thing tomorrow, but we can go ahead and just talk about the since you're on here. I said 6 o'clock. So it's only 5:29. So hold on, let me go to the Southeast Division. You got the Atlanta Hawks, the Charlotte Hornets, Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, and the Washington Wizards. I'm not gonna go over the rosters. I do that tomorrow. But just looking at this division, it's Orlando. To me, it's the best team out of this. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know what the Wizards are doing, but I do like a lot of the picks. I like a lot of the young talent they got on the Wizards though. They just got to mesh, and I don't know what Miami going to do because they got Bam and Charlotte. They drafted well. They drafted really well. And they got Brandon Miller coming back this year. Can LaMelo stay healthy? Cause he always get. I love LaMelo, but he do get hurt, and everybody talking like the Hawks is gonna make a huge jump. Because you always got a couple teams gonna make a jump, but I think Orlando Magic to me is just the best team in out of their conference. Well, their division, however you want to call it. What you think, Vaughn?
I don't trust Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Miami has to prove to me that the system is going to work without a star player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust LaMelo because I feel like he's in this horror phase. He's just trying to get his numbers, and winning is not something that he's trying to do right now. Who else is in the South? I just think Orlando's going to be the class of that.
Then you got the Wizards. You got the Wizards, and you got Miami, the Magic, Hawks, Hornets. That's everybody.
The wild card team might be the Wizards because they got a nice balance of both veterans and rookies. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a play-in team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were as high as a 6th seed.
Because we got to think about it. Like, I always say this, like, when we talk about the preview on this channel, that there's always two teams that people don't think is that always emerges. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be like that in the West, though, too. I just think teams just getting better and better. And we just going to have to see, bro. Like, this going to be a very interesting season, though. It's going to be because, again, they ain't even talking. They just disregarding the Thunder like they didn't do anything. Now they try to downplay what they did. They Nuggets took them to 7 games. Yeah, but the Nuggets still lost. And they don't like to give teams they proper credit, man, because about the people who they promoting. That's just another thing that just make like real basketball fans just turn the other. It's just like you see somebody getting their behind beat. You want to save them, but they never listen to you ever in life, so you just walk away. That's just how it is. That's just how I see it. They still not even talking about the champs. In no way, shape, capacity, nothing.
Anytime you talk about a team that didn't even make the finals more than you talk about the champs, something's wrong.
Hopefully NBC will bring back that magic and that fire and desire that it used to have when they used to give us them vibes when we was growing up, and still having them same behind but more other dated on different NBA shows, which I think they're going to do, and then it's going to be NBC and against ESPN. And most people that I know that don't even watch basketball no more, but now that NBC's coming back, they definitely gonna challenge ESPN, even though ESPN do. Who has the finals? ESPN, or is ESPN still have the finals, right?
ESPN has the finals for this year. This is their last year, and the next year is NBC.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is last year the finals. Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm gonna see, and definitely Orlando too, because even though they had injuries to Ben Kiro and Ragnar, the same injury, and they still end up being 500 at the end of the season. That right there showed me a lot from this team, because they always been my dark horse. I always mention them, so they got to take that step that like Detroit did. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what that's my expectation. So then can they make that leap? Because then they got Desmond Bain there too. I think they gave up on Caldwell Pope, but then again, you see so much of players. Okay, we're in we're halfway through this decade. Look at how many players played on different teams from 2020 to now. I don't care if you could say star player, or you could say a rotation player or a player. Look how many players. Man, you got some players be on different teams every year,
and then come back to the same team they used to play for 3 years later.
That part. Like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me, man. But we just gonna see. I'm gonna see if Cleveland's really serious or not. Because I've been saying they got the best dynamic duo big man in the league, and Jared Allen and Mobley, man. But again, if I was. But then again, this is not old school basketball. I'm them, man. Like, dude, you got two dudes that can score on the block. But now all these dudes now, they try to make them shoot 3-pointers now. It just dumbed down the game so much. Like, you actually got dudes that actually skilled in the paint. And then as soon as they get in the league, then all of a sudden you got to stretch out. If I learn how to play in the paint, you're going to have me to come out here and shoot threes. I don't know. It's like,
that's the equivalent of it being 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and you're passing on that down instead of running the ball.
Yeah.
Some things are just simple. If the center, the power forward got a mismatch, throw him the ball down low.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how that became overrated.
Things that's overrated that gets on my nerves, that they say 1, IQ, 2, superstar,
3, this is the most talented era of basketball.
No, I'm not gonna say that's nowhere near that, but you just you could take that as your third one. Man, I just had it in my brain.
I'm sorry.
It happened. It's all good. I'm gonna think of it 1 second. Okay. Man, I was just about to say you just do a little wrench in there. It's all good. When I come think about it. But man, there's just so much things that's just wrong. It's just wrong right now. Like, and then they got all these stupid rules that now that also the new rule is, even if you touch them on the wrist after the shot, that's going to be called a foul. So, again, I don't knock Steph Curry, but Steph Curry definitely going to get way more free throws than he ever did in his whole life.
We'll see, because, there's an agenda out there to keep Steph from shining. I see it, and I know you see it.
Especially on that call right there, though, where he always said they hit the wrist. They said it's going to be, they putting big emphasis that's used. You know how they like to change the rules all the time. They've been changing the rules from 2004 to 2005 season, all the way to this present time. So you count how many years it is, because I'm not gonna give you the answers. My dad used to say, look it up or think it with your brain. How many years you think that is?
But T Price, I can't do math.
You can't count money.
Yeah, I can count money.
Yeah, you could do math.
Yes, sir. Can I ride my bike in the back?
Yeah, you can ride that little Depot back in the back. You better hope it ain't stolen from the back there.
Oh, I'll look.
Did you chain it up?
No.
Yeah, well, you know what that say, right? Snooze, you lose.
You don't chain it up, you lose.
Man, yeah, shoot, I seen dudes chain it up, and people still be. I'm like, man, I used to hate it when dudes be like, man, watch my bike. I'm like, dude, I don't know you. Talking about watch your bike. You don't get up out of here with that. Watch your bike. Man, I ain't watching your bike. I literally just came out the store. They're like, watch my bike. Like, dude, I don't know you. Just watch your bike. Man, I walked away from that dude so fast, man. Like, man, this dude crazy, man.
Watch my bike.
You know what's ended up being crazy, though, Martavian? Me and him end up being cool, man.
Yeah, that's how it works. Some of the people that you at odds with, just look at me and fine.
Because like I told him, I was like, dude, like when you came at me, bro, I was like, dude, I literally just got out of work. I just cashed my first paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm being out, being fresh. Just went to parole officer and paid her. Hey, my parole officer would tell her, she'll tell anybody. I was one and she been in the game a long time. I think she did over 30, 40 years of being a parole officer. And everybody used to call her what's a girl's name? Everybody used to call her the Louisiana version of Pam Grier. Yeah, my parole officer was cool. Everybody that I knew that was on that we had the same parole officer, they'd be like, man, how you got it so easy compared to us? I was like, what? I was like, man, she made me piss every time. I was like, did you ever piss? I was like, she ain't never piss test me. I said, man, I bet you she pissed. I used to tell him too, like, she could piss me right now. I'll guarantee you I'm clean. It's like, why is that? Because like, I ain't doing that stupid to jeopardize my freedom. Y'all dudes taking penitentiary chances, and she was, and my parole officer, she was cool, man. She was really cool. But when she had enough of your nonsense, bro, it was.
Will she violate you?
Oh no, she wouldn't violate you. You have to do something stupid to violate yourself. She wasn't like that. She tried to give people a chance, but she knew I was about business the first day I met. She was like, yeah. When I met her, she was just like, well, Mr. Price, everybody say they're gonna do this and this and this and that and everything like that. I was okay. I was like, I'm not like everybody else either. And she was like, okay. She thought, okay, you report back to me on Friday, because she gave me this little form. I had to go to every job. I got to fill out actually to prove that I actually went to the place and actually applied at the application. I just go.
Oh, you had to do the referrals.
Yeah, and she actually checked on them. Man, I ended up going to, and it was on a humbug. I ended up going to McDonald's, and because it wasn't too far. Because I knew there was a corner store, there was a gas station still there in Lake Charles. I know it's a different name of it on Broad Street, but I ended up going in there, and the guy was like, "We're hiring for a job." I was like, "You hiring?" I was like, "Yeah." I was just like, "All right." I was like, "I just applied, whatever." So I applied and everything like that, and he just looked at me. We talked, and he was like, and say, "You fresh out?" He just could sense that I was fresh out. Like, yeah, I'm fresh out. I've been out for that was that Monday, and because I got out that Saturday. So and he hired me and everything like that. And then I went back to the parole. I was like, just sign this and everything like that. And he was like, how long you got to do? I was like, just 3 months. I was like, I'm gonna do that easily. And just I ended up working for them for a while when I was down there too. You know, so shout out to Damon, man. I used to call him Mike Jones. His name was Damon Jones. No relation to the other Damon Jones. And there's more than one Damon, but he gave me that opportunity, man. And I never let him down either. I sat there and had that job. My parole officer was like, oh, I could tell you about business. And then my first paycheck, I got paid off my 3 months that I had, and she was just like, just come in, report, we talk, and I was gone. We had a short conversation, 10, 15 minutes, you know, because she knew it was about business. And once I got off, she congratulated me, and she just told me, just do what you got to do. Don't get back in that system. Shout out to her, though, as well, because anybody could do it, man. You just got to put it in yourself, man, for real. Nobody can put it in there for you. And even if people, you talking to somebody that nobody poured nothing into me, I had to pour into myself. I had to use that. I had to use that. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this mentality, and use it for myself as motivation. And I could do anything. And I conquered all. And I'm not done yet with the next phase. Not by a long shot. You know. Because it's time for me to work. I'm getting to be at that age to work smarter and not harder. And in the line of work that I did, that's why my dad always trained me, always told me to have more than one skill. I have many of them. But what I'm like to doing, I just can't do it anymore. And I live in a state where people are very disrespectful, and especially in the coast where I live, they think everything they cater to you. You got to cater to them. They passed a law that you got to pump their gas. It's giving them another reason for people to be lazy, and they talk crazy to you. It's just. And not only that, even in cashiering, working at Walmart, working anywhere, when you gotta do customer service, man, the homie, but if you have, man, it's that's from the South, that's out here, man. We already know what time it is. These people out here are crazy, man, and they talk this stuff like they do anywhere else in the South or the Midwest or anything, man. It ain't gonna be nice at all, y'all. It just ain't gonna be nice at all. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate to everybody that came through. Shout out to Ron John for coming through. Shout out to my Taven for coming through. Shout out to my boy Vaughn, a.k.a. Grimlock.
Shout out to you, T. Price.
Yes,
I'll
sir,
be with you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow, man. We talk about the rest of the East, then we're going to break down the Southeast day rosters of each team, and then we can just go. Then we can rate whatever. Everybody can pick their little teams and everything like that. You know, that's how we do it. All right. So I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all be safe, everything like that. I know, according to, if you're in the South, it's 8:48. If you're in the Midwest, it's just about to be 8 Central Time Zone. And then you out here in the West Coast, you know, it's about to be 6 o'clock. So that's one of the perks about living out here on the West Coast. You can watch all the stuff. Everything comes on early. The games come on early. The football games come on early. Even in college, anything, everything comes on early. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm signing out of here. Y'all be safe. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody in Lions Den basketball community. We'll finish the part 2 of the Eastern Conference preview. We'll go over the Southeast rosters, and Thursday and Friday we'll be talking about the West and the champions OKC. They're not getting their respect, you know. that they should, and we'll talk about that when we get to that time on Thursday and Friday. So like, share, subscribe, man. Shout out again to everybody in Lions Den basketball community, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. I don't care about being out of them. I'm just here just to see it from my side of things, to just still keep that tradition on, you know, keeping it real. Because a lot of these people out here anyway are paying as they sold out, they paid and bought for. And I'm not going to never be like that ever in life. I never have, and I never will. And I'm not trying to be like nobody else either. I always want to be like myself, be somebody different. So you can hate, that's fine. You don't want to listen to me, that's fine. I don't care. You know, like, I just don't kiss no behind. I just ain't never came from that mentality of kissing. Sure, I never kissed my own parents behind. Sister, brother, mother, anybody. Just anybody that I seen that kiss behind you, they use it to their advantage, and then once it's gone, then that's all they know. And then you see the real them start coming out. Like, share, subscribe.